I love the BBC.
Welcome to another episode of Beyond Beats and Culture. I'm your host of cultural commentator, Chase the Dark Sage, here with my co-host.
T.
And we're back with another episode of Hip Hop Goodness because we are the most consistent show on YouTube that actually talks about the music. But before we get into it, make sure you hit the subscribe button and like the video. On today's pod docket, we have some things that we're going to talk about news-wise in terms of like some new music releases like Conway, Wayne, Sofago. We also got 42 Doug, who recently published a children's book about with his son. Alfredo 2's first week numbers. Kid Cudi revealing he nearly, himself with the overdose. And we also got some discussions like, let's talk about regional sounds coming back into hip-hop, Black Thought versus Jay-Z, and some new albums that came out this week like Jid, God Does Like Ugly, and a few others that we have in the What We've Been Jamming section. Before we actually get into the show, like I said before, like the video, hit the subscribe button. I know you're on your way in. You saw the boys finally uploaded. You're like, oh, got to run to the show. Make sure you hit the like button to help support your boys and comment something in the YouTube algorithm. Comment any emoji you want to just to support your boys within the algorithm itself. We are also making some changes. Instead of us doing What We've Been Jamming, then the news section, then the music, we're actually moving What We've Been Jamming and the music section. We're putting those two things together and we're all moving it after the news section. So the news section will be first, then What We've Been Jamming, which is us talking about all the music that we listened to this week, including some of the album reviews we have. Then we have the actual discussion points of the actual show itself. But B, before we actually get into it, how have you been?
I've been good, B. Been overthinking. I got a child going into kindergarten now. It's kind of weird, B, being on that other side. I don't know if I talked about it last week. Did we? No, I didn't, because we went to like a open house. Just crazy. B, just doing the tour, being on the opposite end, being the parent now, and then like you letting your son go to these people. It was just weird, B. I was like, dang, this is crazy. It's really a cycle of life. You get what I mean? And it was crazy. Like, we walked out, my son gonna look at the school. He was like, dang, it's a big daycare. I was like, nah, bro, you at big boy school now. Ain't no daycare, boy. But other than that, B, everything been cool, man. We've been chilling, working through this, getting school clothes and all that type of stuff to get ready for the school year. But yeah, what about yourself, B? How you been?
I'm all right, B. All I've been doing, working, trying to get some gaming in here and there. Obviously getting some music listening here and there as well. And I went to go see Weapons this week. Or last week, I guess. I enjoyed it. I do admit, though, a lot of people online are hyping this. To me, this is the same hype I was seeing for Fantastic Four. I'm like, where's the hype coming from? Like, I get it. You guys probably don't watch a lot of movies. You probably thought this was crazy. And I get it. This was like a more original take. I get it. More original concept. It was cool, though. The movie wasn't bad, B. I think the hype is what's getting me down on the actual talks of the movie, because the movie itself is good. I enjoyed it. But like I said to you before we started the show, it doesn't warrant a rewatch from me. That's the sad part about it. There's pacing issues in the movie. Some of the horror concepts are kind of weak within the movie itself. Concept-wise, I get it, but there's also certain things like lore explanations that I feel like I needed more of in the movie, even though that's where horror movies kind of get a bit wonky when you start explaining the lore or origins or the reasons why the antagonist is doing a certain thing. It would have probably got a little wonky, but I needed that explanation, especially when we got to certain parts of the movie where I'm just like, but why? Like, you get what I'm saying? So yeah, but overall, I thought that was a cool concept, but I think a lot of people are hyping it up.
So, I want to see it, B. I want to see it, but I might just wait till it come to DVD. I wait to DVD, bro.
If you guys have not seen Barbarian, though, go see that. Same director, and I thought that movie was not a bit. I think it was better. I give that like a 4 out of 5.
So the director or writer, he or she, whatever, they do both, right? They direct and write the film and wrote the film, or are they just the director? Do you know?
I'm not sure, but you could definitely tell the similarities within both movies. Okay, because they had similar comedic timings, similar tropes within the characters and the actual the way the story beats happen at certain points. So yeah, okay. I'm not sure if he's a writer as well, but the director gets the most credits when it comes to the movies, even though there's someone that has to write the movie itself. So, yeah, but yeah, besides all that, Oh, it's time to get into the news.
Yeah,
Usually I do that.
yeah.
What are we doing?
What are
But
you
it's
jamming?
news, B.
Yeah,
It's
it's
news.
switched up
It's
now,
news,
B.
B. I was hyping myself up. I was like, wait, I gotta wind that down a little bit. I gotta wind that down. It's not the time.
Hey, look at me, bro. I messed up. I had us talking on the news before we got into the. I had the
Oh,
news
no.
thing up.
You good, B. You good, B. Let's go ahead and talk about the
Hey,
news. Get into the news section of the show. We're gonna talk about music releases, announcements, and hip hop news and current events itself. Conway the Machine. You can't kill God with a bullet. That is a hard name.
bro, all his
I'm probably
names
not
have been having to
explaining
do
that
with God.
correctly.
God don't make mistakes and all that type of stuff lately. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And this was something I was supposed to put on here last week. I just forgot, but I wanted to let people know, hey, we do talk about what's releasing, and then I did know about
Mm-hmm.
this. I just totally forgot to bring it up. But we got it for
Yeah.
this week.
Yeah. Also, Alchemist confirms that the new Mobb Deep album is finished. I
Hey.
hope that they said that Havoc produced a good amount of it too. So I'm like, I hope the production isn't mid. But it's a posthumous album, so this is kind of like
Mm,
the Gangstar album where Primo produced for some leftover, rapping sessions that Guru already had, but it didn't
yeah.
necessarily fit well. So I don't know. I know people are going to be hyped for this. Mainly, more so, hip hop heads are going to be hyped for this. But I'm wondering because it's like we're in this weird state of like where certain posthumous albums seem to be okay now. You know what I'm
Right,
saying?
right.
B?
Mm-hmm.
Like it's like okay, we cool with these, but it's like this one's like okay, this is yeah. So I
Now
feel like
that's
I
true.
don't know. Like I'm
That's
not saying
true.
about this, but it's like it's kind of like we've kind of got accepted posthumous albums
We
now
got a
a bit
big L
more.
one coming, even though it's some of the people can be a little nasty when it comes to the what you call them, the
Juice Worlds and all that.
yeah, Juice World and all. But
Juice
Mac
World
Billa, his
X.
people they've been handling that stuff pretty well. But
Yeah,
I think what Big L is gonna be one is, because I didn't like the one posthumous album he
the
had in
bigger
the
picture or bigger
yeah, the
take,
bigger
whatever
picture.
it is.
It was the bigger picture. It had like freestyle, certain stuff. They was just like trying to force stuff.
Mhm,
So with this one, we're gonna see if they're gonna rework some verses. We're gonna see what they got. It probably be shorter because I'm pretty sure it's gonna be, they can't really flush this out. They probably can't do too much with this, to be honest. With the Big L one that's gonna come out as well. But with
mhm,
with P, I'm pretty sure he had a lot of verses. I'm pretty sure, especially working with Alchemist and doing stuff with Havoc. I'm pretty sure both of them had some things in the tuck. That's why probably Havoc Projects had to add his verse on to the Project Alchemist joints because P and Alchemist worked close together. So I don't know.
mhm,
I'm waiting. I'm ready for this one. I'm pretty sure Nas gonna have a feature on here because it seems like he laying some verses on each of these tracks. So
mhm.
each of these albums. So we gonna see. We gonna see. B. I'm ready for it.
I know what you meant. A lot of these albums
Hmm.
within the Mass Appeal run haven't been that long either. So
Nah, they've been pretty short. I think the
yeah, which
longest
is
has
also
been
a good thing.
Raekwon, right?
I believe so. Like maybe at 40 something minutes.
Hmm.
Because the Slick Rick was like 30 minutes, I think.
Yeah, it
So
was
yeah.
short. Hmm.
Yeah. But in other light news, the Lil Wayne series of mixtapes have been released on streaming. A lot of people have been hyped about this. I have not seen them on Spotify yet, which I'm kind of waiting for. But I mean, I
They
already
not
had
on
those in
Spotify?
the files anyway. When
Oh,
they
same.
first came out, they weren't on there. But I got them in tucking local files. Let me see. Popular releases. Well, let me go to show all. Okay, let me go to albums because I don't think these are on here. Yeah, I don't see them here under albums. They might be under compilations. Nope, they not on Spotify still. I mean, it's cool because like I said, I got this in the tuck in the local files, but
Uh huh.
I'll be
I
all
see
right.
drought 3 on here, but I don't know if that's just my drought 3 from local files. Nah, but it's drought 3 on here. I see no ceilings on here. I don't see the dedication. I see
You on Apple though, right?
yeah, I'm on Apple. Yeah, I'm an Apple guy.
Oh,
So
yeah, yeah. That was really Apple and Tidal that got the drops on.
mm. Oh, my bad,
But also,
Spotty.
it's like they've been released on here before, but I don't know if it's an official release. You know what I'm saying?
Mm. Yeah.
It's so easy to upload music on these sites now. So
Mhm. Some people be uploading them though. I remember it used to be a lot of Mac
yeah.
Homie stuff on Spotify before he even put it on there.
He said, copyright block that. Let's go ahead
Hmm.
and stop that. Y'all stopping my money.
Yes,
Uh,
sir.
but yeah, B, are you hyped for this? I know you're the biggest Lil Wayne fan out of us two.
No, I'm not hyped. I really like. I'm not hyped, bro. I'm not. I already be listening to Drought 3 whenever I have the itch for it, and I have it on the computer. I have it on the local file, so it's no biggie. All the other mixtapes, Dedication 2, I think I listened to that enough. It's some of this stuff I just with mixtapes, especially when you rapping on other people's beats. It's not something that I return back to be honest with you. I love that. Oh, I like that mixtape era when blog era, mixtape era, when like a mixtape felt like an album, like
Original musics.
original music, man. So, but yeah.
But and next, Sofago. He got a new project dropping called Mania. I know you're really excited for this. B. You said
Nah,
your favorite out of
I
the
know,
people on Jack Boys.
So Fuego is your guy.
He is, and he did disappoint me on Jack Boys too. So I'm hoping he comes correct on his new project. But he was disappointed on Jack Boys 2 himself, and he's been kind of quiet and gone for a little while. So I'm wondering what he's going to come out with next. But B, let us know what albums is dropping this week.
Man, we got Chance the Rapper, Starline. This is probably the highly anticipated one. This is like the most anticipated one out of all of them. You know what I'm saying? And we got I switched it up a little bit, gave us a little K Camp, Kiss 6. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna see if this gonna drop. Like I haven't heard this name in forever. So I was like, K
B,
Camp
this is
dropping an
gonna
album?
drop. This is gonna be you. B, you know when they have them silent drops or like the movies that come out that you've never seen a trailer for, but they be in the movie theaters. This is one of them things right here. It was like it's gonna be on streaming, but we never gonna hear about it. No one's gonna talk
Oh
about
my
this.
god.
This is for the women that love the August Alsinas, the Kevin Gates back then, the Lil Boosies. This is for them right there. This type
Oh,
of
most
music.
definitely.
So
Almost
yeah.
definitely. But then we got Marco Plus, Marco versus the Underworld. This is something I'm ready for right here. I listened to a few. I think he put out 2 singles. They pretty good. I'm ready for this. You know what I'm saying? I like Marco Plus. I talked about one of his albums. I think it was Silas last year. I was in the middle with that album. I liked it, but I like Marco Plus though, man. He's dope. A lot of people thought he was on the Jid album. We're gonna talk about that later, but they thought he was on it just because some of the cadence and Jid's voice kind of reminded them of Marco. But yeah, he told me in Quadri, he was like, "Nah, that wasn't me." Yeah, but
B, you got personal connects like that? That's crazy, B.
no,
Y'all see
no,
he's connected. He's
nah.
he
So
connected to
so
the
I,
industry, guys.
I saw Quadri put like, "Yo, Marco went crazy," but he tagged him, and I was like, "Nah." I say he wasn't there, and then Marco like he was up under there like, "Hey, nah, that wasn't me, man." Blase blah, And then man,
Yeah.
Quad was talking about it. I was like, "Yo." I was like, "Hey, he said it like him." He was like, "I know, right?" I say, G tapped in, I guess. I don't know. But anyways, but I think they do know each other. But the next album we got Babyface Ray with Codeine Cowboy. I like
He needs to
Babyface
give
Ray.
2 Chainz some residuals on that name.
Oh yeah, because he did do the mixtape back in the day.
Yeah,
But
come on.
I like Babyface Ray. I'm be honest with you, I'm probably not gonna listen to this, but I want to show some love and let people know he had an album coming. But we're gonna move on. We got Evidence. Evidence, the rapper producer, you know what I'm saying? He's the dual threat, Unlearning Volume 2. And I think he has like, I don't know if on Unlearnings, because I don't know, he puts out rapping projects and he put out like producing stuff. So I don't know if he's rapping on here because I see he had features like Larry June on here. There's a few others, but I'm pretty sure he's rapping on this as well because I never heard the original Unlearning, like Volume 1. And then
I haven't heard either of
last
them.
but not least, B, I know this guy, you loved him when he came out, you know what I'm saying? The Rich Brian, Where Is My Head? You remember this kid? What was his name? His original name was Rich Chigga.
Yeah, I think so.
Bro
We had
had
to
to
change
change
that.
that.
We know
Bro had to
why.
change that for
This is during
real.
the Spotify cloud era right here, the SoundCloud
Bro,
era, basically.
bro was Rich Chigga. That's crazy.
Yep, and B, I remember every day because this is during the time we was living together. You was
Mm-hmm.
bumping this like crazy. But let's go ahead and move on to the hip hop news and current events. 42 Doug
Lies.
publishers.
I'm about to sue you for defamation. No way.
Come on, B, you wasn't listening to him. He had that one hit. Don't
I don't
ask
even
me the
remember the
name
name of
of
the
it, but he had
song.
that one hit. Yeah, him and the other dude, I forgot his name. Nasty, the 2 guys from YouTube that started making music, whatever his name
Oh,
was.
like Filthy
Filthy
Frank and all
Frank.
them. Yeah, I
Oh
like
yeah.
I like the Joji
And
stuff.
his name Jody? Yeah,
Yeah,
Joji.
Joji
Okay, yeah.
stuff. Yeah.
I know that's all your vein, B, so I'm not gonna speak on that. But I will speak on this hip hop news, B.
All right, here you go.
42 Dog publishes a children's book by his son with autism. I thought this was dope, but as usual, someone has to find a problem with something, and someone says, why didn't you get a real artist to make the cover? Why'd you go to AI to make the cover? I'm like, oh my God, you just cannot win for losing. What's wrong with people, man? I don't give a F. I really don't. But besides that, I thought it was dope. No one was talking about this. I said this is things that we should highlight in the culture, but instead we highlight Drake on Aiden Ross's stream, doing whatever. I'm like, I don't care. Give me the music. B, do you think this is dope or what? Is this what the
I
culture is
think
needing?
yes, bro. This is what the culture need, man. I like this type of stuff, man. Also, he's showing how how much he he love his kid no matter what, and also giving his kids something to like look at himself in, and also for other kids out there that have have these I want to say problems, but that was born with this. You know what I'm saying? So I think it's
Yeah,
dope. I think it's
I
dope.
feel that. I feel that. Spoken from the one true father on this pod right here.
Oh yeah, man.
Kendrick Lamar and
I'm not
Dave
the
Freeze,
best,
PG
but
Lang has launched project.
I'm not the best father.
But Kendrick Lamar and Dave Freeze, PG Lang has launched Project 3, a new venture designed to expand creative resources for businesses. I saw this, I was like, all right, this is dope, but what all y'all gonna do with it? I'm very curious to see
Yeah.
what they're gonna do with it. But it seems like obviously we kind of already knew this, but PG Lang is gonna be just be like a label. It's going to be like actual business, a full-on business where it's going to be venturing into multiple different things. So will this increase Kendrick Lamar's hiatus from hip-hop once he starts dropping projects? Will he be having an even bigger hiatus now that his focus might not be primarily the music?
Probably not, because they hire people that could kind of handle this stuff more. Kendrick Kendrick would probably Dave Free is really behind the scenes, and Kendrick probably just be the face. And, when stuff like
Mm,
this get announced, we never know really what they do. Like like when they be like, oh yeah, we help other businesses. Like we'll never see the works of it. Not saying that's a bad thing. It's
mm,
just we hear this, we're like, yo, dope, but we never look into it. Like, okay, who are they helping? Will they have on their website where could you go get help as a small business or something like that? But I don't know. I think it's cool. I
mm.
think it's cool. Both of those guys, Dave Free and Kendrick, are like really creative. So I wonder how will they contribute to these companies while helping. Would Dave Free give some of his creative genius to them? You know what I mean? So I don't know, because he do the
Mhm.
videos. Now Dave Free is a talented dude, so I'm pretty sure he'll handle a lot of this stuff. And also they hire people that familiar in this game of like helping, resources, moving money. You know what I mean?
Oh,
But
of course, B. They might be
yeah.
funneling something under the table. I don't know. But nah, everything legal around here. But let's go ahead and talk about some numbers, B. Let's talk about some numbers, man, because we're the numbers cast.
Hmm.
Alfredo 2, first week numbers, debuted at number 13 on the Billboard 200 and sold 37,000 units.
I think that's pretty good, bro. For
I was
them.
gonna question, is it? So this is like generally good numbers for that range for
I
them,
think
and
it's
that
good
for
for
them.
them. I think this is the most first
Because
week
I don't even
any of
think
these
Metro
guys
made
got.
it in the top 20, right?
Yeah, Metro sold like 20 something the first week.
Sheesh.
But I think this is pretty good for just Freddie and Alchemist. You know what I'm saying? Because it kind of put, Alchemist has always been that bridge from like mainstream to underground because the ties he
Hmm.
has, right? And then Freddie is
Hmm.
in that middle as well. Like Freddie not underground, but he ain't mainstream. He's like in the middle. You get what I'm saying?
Hmm.
And
Yeah,
I feel
he's in
like
the
this is good.
limbo territory.
Yeah. So that's what I'm saying. I think this is a good first week. I think this the most they ever sold either of these two artists in the first week, and I'm pretty sure they're gonna sell a little more. This did more than Alfredo one, and I
Did
don't
this
know. I
do
think
more than You Only Die Once?
yeah, I think that one did
Okay.
way less. Cause remember it wasn't no nothing for that. He didn't do no like marketing or
Promo, no
nothing for it. No
bundles,
promo. He just like
no,
yo
yeah,
this
no
dropping. I
merch.
dropped the Halloween costume and boom I got an album dropping. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
So.
Yeah. But that's good for them. It shows that physicals are still actually doing their thing because I've seen a lot of people hype for the actual physicals, the vinyls for this. B, you still have broken my heart, and my heart is still broken from your review of Alfredo 2. If you guys want to see that,
Hey,
go ahead, check out our channel.
I seen a lot of people echo my sentiments. Be a lot of people feeling it. A lot of people also saying like, "Dang, as the hype been going down, it was like, yo, like yeah, this album don't even come close to Alfredo one." And I've been saying, I was like, "Hey, see, I was saying this." I'm like, bro, a lot of y'all being y'all hype. Y'all been in the
B, worst
hype.
part is I listened to Bandana this week.
Uh huh.
Yeah, yeah,
Bandana. Oh yeah, I
yeah,
wouldn't even fit to compare it to
yeah,
Bandana.
yeah,
But
yeah.
B, I forgot the B, I forgot to put the link in here for this. So
What
I
for the
don't think
Kid
you know
Cudi
what's going
reveals?
on.
Nah,
I don't think
I
you know
don't.
what's.
I saw some news. I was like, huh? But yeah,
I
I guess Kid Cudi recently revealed that he nearly, almost over an overdose.
So what happened was, I'm trying to find the link, bro, because I forgot to add it. But what happened? He was on a review. I said review. He was on an interview. I think it wasn't GQ. Am I bugging? Anyways, he was just talking about during the time of Man on Moon 2 that he actually almost died from an overdose, and that's what comes with the dark theme of Man on the Moon 2. Of he talked about coke use and all this type of stuff in there, and like his high drug usage. So I thought that was very like vulnerable, and him being the artist that he is, and now the upcoming album he got is free. I think that has a lot to do with like a lot of self health and self wealth and mental health and drug use. Like he's free, like he's feeling better. Like a lot of us love Cuddy when he was more hurt, you know what I'm saying, and some of those emotions we got from him, he kind of related to a lot of the kids, and some of his newer work has been a lot of he's having more fun, he's more energetic. Some people can't relate to it like that because they like sometimes they be like, oh, I want this Cuddy, and then you think about an album that me and you kind of like crapped on, and it's Speed Bullet to Heaven, but he was actually still dealing with stuff like really dark at that time, which don't excuse how we feel about an album to me. Like I'm not saying that, but also like what an artist is going through at that time, it reflects it. You know what I'm saying? Bad times, bad album. I don't know. You can say that. Hey, that's disrespectful, but I don't know.
No, it's
But
not, because if it's a bad album, it's a bad album. I don't care.
but yeah, but yeah, that's what I wanted to say. I thought I put the link in here. I had to go off the Dizzy. I had to go off the Dizzy on that. I read
No,
a little
you
bit
all
of the
right.
article.
Definitely, especially now considering that Man on the Moon 2 has a different vibe than Man
Oh,
on the
it's
Moon.
dark, bro. It's
And
dark.
I still enjoy Man on the Moon 2, especially back then. I probably bumped that a little more than Man on the Moon 1 back then. Like songs
Two
like
is
Erase Me. Oh
two.
my gosh, Mojo Jojo. Wait, was it Mojo? What,
My
I forgot.
mojo so dope, bitch.
Yeah, Mojo So Dope and all that
Bro,
stuff. Like, yeah, like back
Man on
then that
Moon
was my
2
album back then.
is dark. If you ever watched the Kid Cudi documentary he put out on Amazon, bro, it's really like heart wrenching. Like
Did he ever
it's
talk about that
I
on that
don't he didn't
documentary?
get into that part. He didn't really get into like almost overdose, but he got into the drug use. He got into that.
Mm,
Cause I remember, me being a Cudi fan at that time, seeing little articles of him getting arrested with liquid cocaine and all this type of stuff. Yeah, I
mhm.
remember all those.
Yeah, I remember you you
Yeah.
you, you and your homie would always reference that. I'm like, what does that mean? I'm thinking y'all just making something up.
But yeah.
Yeah.
Shout out to Cudi, man. I'm happy you free, bro.
Yeah, shout out to Cuddy for sure. Just don't make another Insano, please. Um and I think that's about it for the music news that we have,
Yeah.
B. Do you have anything else that you would like to share? Boy, I thought this was Marquez Brownlee, MKBHD before a second.
B. Hey, I'm gonna get
USB
used to it.
Daddy
It's hard.
Kane.
It's hard to produce and talk because I totally forgot to switch from the segments.
No,
Ah!
no. You good, B, you good.
It is what it
What-
is. I'm gonna figure it out. But nah, B, I ain't got nothing
Hey,
else,
you
man.
good.
We
Hey.
can get into your
What we've
thing.
been jamming, B. What have you been jamming since the last episode, B? Please let us know.
Oh, see, you see, I got Big Daddy Kane right here, right?
Yeah.
So your boy went. We've been talking about all this new heads, old heads,
Mhm.
young versus
Mhm.
new, the origins
Mhm.
of hip hop. So I went back to the golden era. Like, so I touched a lot of albums. So to be honest, hey B, it was a lot of dust. So I talked about a
Mhm.
lot of these albums, and I don't want doing this segment. I'm not gonna break them up. I'm kind of gonna talk about them all in one real quick. You get what I'm saying, B? Because
Understandable,
I
relatable.
don't want to like break it up. I go into another album I listen to, but I listen to Jungle Brothers. So Jungle Brothers was like the start of like the Tribe Called Quest, the De La Soul. You know what I'm saying? They was the guys that kind of they was the catalyst. Q-Tip actually was working with them. He did like I think he's featured on a track on here, and he produced like I think 2 tracks. And this right here is some Supreme Dust. Like it's some stuff on here I like. It's some stuff on here I like. But it's some when it comes to older stuff, things are gonna age well. They got a song on here. I'm gonna do ya. I'm gonna do ya. I'm gonna do ya. Whoa, whoa, whoa. They got I house you. I house you. They got a house on. Dun, 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 dun. It was a hit, but then they're the Jungle Brothers, so they have this whole theme of them being like in Africa. They're like, "Come into my bush. I'm gonna take you to my hut." It's like stuff like that. It's really cringe. This album is super cringy, bro. It's some stuff on here I like, but it's a cringy album. And I think this album got 5 mics in the source. So yeah. But another album I listened to was Big Daddy Kane. Well, both of his first 2 albums. It's Big Daddy Kane thing and what was the other one? What's the other one, bro? I can't think of it right now. What's the other Big Daddy Kane album?
Is it Long
Yeah,
Live the
Long
King?
Live the
It's a
Kane,
Big
my
Daddy
bad.
thing.
No, Big Daddy Thing is the first one, and then Long Live the King is
No, Long Live the
Long
King
Live
is
the
the first
King
one.
is the first one, and then
Mhm,
Big Daddy Thing is the second one, right?
mhm.
I'm just calling him Kane. It's so weird calling him Big Daddy. But anyways,
Yeah. But when I said that, they was like someone on Twitter was going ballistic about it. I'm like, all right, dog.
all right, so like from these albums, it's not much different, but when it comes to like I guess quality production was better the year later. I feel like the samples was more fresh and more in tune. Cause I feel like earlier, like in the 80s when the sampling they was doing it, it was a little choppy to me. And so but these 2 albums are dope. Like, yes, it's some little dust there with some of the production, but Big Daddy Kane was so ahead of his time when he's rapping. And another album I want to talk about, 2 more albums. I want to, well, 3 more really. I'll just say 2 more artists. I want to talk about EPMD, which I'm already been a fan of. I listened to these albums before. Just re-listening to Strictly Business, just their debut. Production, crazy. Like the sampling, it feel like I think they laid the foundation of like how you sample right now. And like going like listening to all the other albums before I got to this, I'm like, yo, they did it way better than these guys. Like, and both
Mhm.
of the guys was producers and rappers, and they was killing it. I recommend you to listen to Strictly Business B by
Strictly
EPMD.
Business. I've
Yeah,
heard some of it, but I haven't
no,
heard all of it.
they was killing it. And then my next group are albums I'm gonna talk about is Boogie Down Productions, KRS-One, Sir Larock, RP to him. I listen to Criminal Minded, which is like a hip hop classic as well. 5 mics in the stores, bro. Now this talking about Dusty boy. Now this one here, I'm talking about Dust Bucket. Even though it has some of one of my favorite songs on here, which is which is what V was so funny, bro.
B. Whenever I hear you call other legendary stuff or like stuff from the Legacy era, going there with Dusty. Oh, I know you about to get in the bag, B, because it gotta have some dust on it. Me, B, I'm quick to call something dusty. You not too quick to say that.
I'm not too quick to do it, but it just got to be honest, bro. Some of this stuff, it aged pretty poorly, bro. And going back, which is classic. When it comes to stuff like this, yes, it's gonna go through the cringe because it is like the start of it. Like they all the stuff that is now, it won't be that because of them. You know what I'm saying? I get that, but I gotta be honest. Some of the production on here is just is. I know they had to work with they had be, but some of the beats on here is god awful. It's god awful. I'll be like, oh my God. Then I start thinking, let's say if I was an old head that loved my soul music and I hear this, I'd be like, no wonder they said this stuff sound crazy. I was like, dang, this stuff do sound wild. I was just listening to it. I'm
Oh
like,
man.
damn. With new ears, I was like, nah, this do sound a little dust. But KRS-One, he doing his rapping, it's the bridge, bridge. It's the bridge, bridge. And it's so crazy, bro. They had an effect on here about when you step on the mic, the stage, it go boom. Bro, the sound effects on that stuff was so bad, B.
B,
I was
it
like,
wasn't EQ'd,
ew.
B.
It was so bad. It was so bad, but I'm like, they gotta work what they gotta work with. This still a hip hop classic.
Mhm,
But another album before and I'm gonna end it on here. I listened to was by all means necessary was their second album, which
mhm.
uh
This the one I know.
yeah, this one they DJ, he passed away, and then KRS-One was more in his teacher bag, like he was more conscious on here right here. You know what I'm saying? He was doing more preaching. Some of the beats on here, I will admit, they did get a little bit better, but it's still some dust on these beats as well. But I was listening. I'm like, man, how was they listening to this back then? But I'm like, this is all they knew. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, when them niggas heard Illmatic, they was like, oh shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, but I'm not trying to disrespect the legends, bro. I never do. I always
Mhm.
praise these guys. Like I understand y'all are our foundation. But I had to do a little revisiting, man. So, but overall, man, all these albums is great in their era. I understand, but yeah, yeah, but yeah. Shout out to all
You
them
are
guys, man.
hilarious.
There's some more. I still got a whole list of more albums I gotta listen to. But yeah, you can go ahead and go B. My bad. I had to
Let
go.
me
I
go
had to
ahead,
do it
B.
that
No,
way.
no,
I had to. I
I,
couldn't.
I understand, but you didn't want to break it up. B. Quick
Mm-mm.
hits. So did you go through all of your What We've Been Jamming? Was
No, I
that
have
all of
some.
them?
No, that's not all of them.
Besides the
That
albums
was
that
the
we probably listened to.
yeah. That was the '80s. That was the '80s era. I just want to
Okay.
knock all
Okay.
it
Okay.
out.
Okay, I wanted to make sure because I didn't want to go crazy like that too. Now,
Mm-hmm.
this week, I don't know why. This is going to be my revisit portion. So I revisited a few albums that obviously I really enjoyed or I really liked, especially some from last year. One from last year. I revisited Bandana, like I told you earlier in the show
Mm-hmm.
when I was talking about Alfredo 2. Still such a great album. It went by way too quick. Also revisited Saw Baby, Saheem, and B. The more I listen to it, I'm like, just go ahead and knock Young Thug off that pedestal that everybody has him on. Just replace Saw Baby up there. Come
It's too
on,
late,
B.
B. It's too late. It's too late.
B.
Young Thug is already
Yeah,
cemented.
I know, but I'm saying like in terms of like how people view him quality music wise, let's put Saw Baby up there, B. I'm just saying. I also had to go back and re-listen to Minstrel Show because B, we
Mm,
might have to do a review of that next month, B. I'm just
mm.
saying we got a review that we gotta do this month over a certain classic album. But
Right.
that's a classic album we gotta do a review of next month, B.
Okay.
But yeah, you put me on to Little Brother, obviously, if people don't know or are new to the show. God dang, I just love this album. I love this at the time trio that is now a duo, but God dang it, I love this trio right here. And even the song with there's nowhere to hide with Big Pooh, Elzai, and Fonte. I'm like, oh
Mm-hmm.
my god, what are we doing on this song? Me, ain't nowhere to hide. Like on the production, me. Like I said, we gonna have to do a review of this. But
Mm-hmm.
just thinking about it gets me so hyped, me. But yeah, I'm gonna save some of the new stuff for after I get done. Those are just the stuff that I was revisiting. I'm just like, God dang it, like I just love
Mm-hmm.
music, man. I just love the fact that I can love so many different sectors of music. Because B, how I go from Freddie Gibbs to Saw Baby to Little Brother. I'm just saying, B. I'm just saying. You can only
That's
get
what
that type
it's
of quality content here, B.
that's what it's about, B. You know what I'm saying? It's not about
Yeah.
just staying in one vein. You know what I mean?
Yeah, B. You gotta love every aspect of hip hop, or else you just love that of hip hop. You don't love hip hop, you just love that of hip hop. I'm just saying, B. But B, go on to your next stuff because I'm gonna
All
start
right.
getting into the new stuff, B.
I
And I'm
think
gonna
I
get the
think
cooking. I'm gonna get the frying some people.
so one album I didn't listen to that came out this week. I was like, I just don't want to do it. And I'm pretty sure you're gonna fry it up. But my next album that's newer, B, I only have three albums. No, two albums I'm gonna talk about. The first one is DJ Premier and Rock Marciano. I don't know if you listened to it, but I listened to it.
B, come on. Why would you even test my gangster like that,
Yeah,
B?
yeah. So
Why
look,
would you test
I'm about to give you my 2 cents. It's a short listen.
me?
I think I listened to it twice. It's 20 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
So Rock was rapping. Rock was in his pocket.
Mm-hmm.
So I
Mm-hmm.
enjoyed it for that much. But some of these beats, B, I need a little more from Primo, bro. I'm not even gonna lie to you. B, I don't know if you feel the same way I felt.
B, I literally told one of my coworkers because he heard it before me.
Mm-hmm.
And I said, I'm gonna get with you the next day. He called me later that night. He said, "What you think about it?" I said, "Yeah, Preem gave him that whack pack, man. What the
Yes,
F
bro.
is this?"
I need more, bro. I need more sounds. I need Preem to do like flesh some
Mm-hmm.
stuff out. Like it just the beast didn't hold me. That's why I didn't return back to this project much. But Rock was doing
Mm-hmm.
his thing. Rock had his quotable. Rock was doing his thing, and I'm just like, it's just these beats, bro. And this got me like, I'm not trying to jump ahead, but this got me a little scared about the Nas project. So
Mm-hmm.
that's all I'm saying. But I like
Mm-hmm.
the project because I'm telling you, Rock was rapping. The beats they wasn't there all the way for me, but they still cool enough to get me to listen to this album, and it was short. So that's my 2 cents. That's just a small part. I don't want to go too A and B because I still want to hold out hope for the Nas project. But I'm gonna be honest. If this Nas project production, I'm gonna have to. Hey, Preem,
Gracefully.
and we from the
Gracefully.
same era, bro. I'm not but area. Like
area. Mm-hmm.
Hey, area, bro.
My mom went to school with you.
Yeah, bro. Hey, we know people. We know people that know you. You know what I'm saying? I know somebody was your college roommate. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So are we letting you know you could be touched? No, I'm joking. I'm just joking. That was a joke.
Not the legend, B. Not the legend.
But no, what we saying is we giving you grace, bro. Because that's kind of, I'm gonna let you talk, B, because I want to go in, but I'm not, because it's pre.
B, chill, B,
Okay.
chill. Stall him out, B. Stall him out. Come on, B. It's a legend we talking about.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie. You wasn't producing like you was a legend on this project, Preem. What was happening on here? B, I had to make sure I wasn't tripping. I'm like, I listened to this project twice over this weekend. I'm like, all right. I'm like, Rock is rapping. I like Rock on some drums. But God dang it, Preem, you wasn't giving me enough drums. And B, I was like, maybe I'm tripping. Maybe Primo just been doing the style. Maybe I'm just tired of it. B, I went to Gangstar Moment of Truth album, listened to a few tracks on there. My advice to you, a guru, I'm like, Preem is just, he's tripping now, B.
Hold on,
like,
now, you can't compare this to my advice to you, B. That's insane. My advice to you is crazy.
That's like my favorite Gangstar song, B.
I love that song, bro.
I'm sorry, B. And B, Preem gave Big Sean better beat than these beats on this project, on Sean's last project. And B, I'm thinking, I was asking my coworker, like, yo, I'm like, was this like on some P Rhyme type stuff? Because B, I'm not gonna lie, going to Gangstar and going to P Rhyme, I'm like, oh, DJ Premier is okay. He's getting in the lab on these projects. These two P Rhymes right here. B, this? I'm like, where's the synergy at? Talking about you ran into him in the mall. Preem, did you literally run into him at the mall and just showed him the beats off your phone at that moment?
Hey, let's not talk about that intro, B. Preem do some of the worst intros.
Yeah, he do some of the worst talk. Like, he can be, I'm sorry, he a legend. He from the same city. Yeah. He can't talk that talk though, B. He just can't. I don't know what's up with that, B. He just do not know how to be talking that talk. And now he not producing that produce. Come on, B.
He say not producing that produce.
He not, B. He not talking the talk. He not producing that produce.
B, I'm holding back on how I feel about these beats, boy. I'm holding back.
B, because Rock came with it. I'm like, Rock is Rock. Had him hippopotamus, dotamus, water.
Oh, here you go. Why you always put him in that scheme? Hippopotamus, sotamus.
Because Buddy Rabbit cabinets, some cabinets. He be doing that, B. He got the internal rhyme schemes with the outside rhyme schemes with the outside rhyme schemes inside the rhyme schemes.
You kill me every time you hit the hippopotamus twice.
Hippopotamus, watermus, dotamus. And the worst part, he be so smooth with it.
He be too smooth with it.
Rock me in his bag, but B. Primo on this, I'm like, Preem, you putting the South to shame right now. No. Then the worst part be, I was so hyped for this because I wanted Rock on some drums. I needed that. This was even better than Marciology, B. I'm like, dang. Marciology is a good project. We're not saying I'm not saying it's bad. But I'm like, dang,
this one better than
Marciology is in my production style. Preem has more of my production style than what Rock usually does, but I was like, I don't know, man. It's like Rock came with it. DJ Premier just wasn't all the way there with it. I don't know. It saddens me, especially when you get great projects like the Gangstar projects, and then you got the P Rhyme projects. I don't know, but it did give me that old school '90s feel when it comes to production of the project, with all the scratching and the DJing and stuff, which DJ Premier generally
that's
does,
just his thing.
It gave me more of that style. It sounded more '90s-esque listening to this right here. But yeah, I am disappointed in this. I was hoping for more. I was wishing for more.
Yes.
Yes. Y'all let us know what y'all think about this down in the comment section. What's
B,
up?
I want to. I know you got a lot to say about this album. I want you to go first, and I can talk about my album next. Because I know you got to talk about that Gunna, and I might have to solo you out because I know you got a lot to say. I'm pretty sure you do. I saw a little. No, I didn't listen to it. So I want to give this floor to you.
This is your boy too.
This is my guy, but I didn't want to listen to none of it. I just didn't have the energy. I was locked in on the Jid album. I'm not gonna lie to you.
I don't think Gunna had any of the energy either.
Yeah, I want to let you do your thing real quick, B. What you got to say after Gunna, bro? Talk to him.
Gunna, he just came out with his last album on YSL. You could feel like this is his last album on YSL. And you can feel that he just really wanted to stick it to the man with this one, aka the man is Young Thug on this one, because the last one, this was a loss. You shouldn't be calling yourself one no more. I don't know what this is, but I'm like, what the F? Like, Gunna has been on a mid-off for 3 albums straight. And it's time to have a serious conversation about Gunna. This is going to get clipped up, but it's time to have a serious conversation about Gunna post YSL case. Because I'm going to be real with you now. These last 2 albums that he came out with got me looking at A Gift and a Curse a little crazy now. And I said it before to my girl. I think we like that album. We overinflate that album because Gunna had everybody against him and no one in his corner. And he came out with a whole album with no features and with none of the producers he usually works with. B, we going to have serious conversations. Gunna has been slowly on a decline. It's what is this? B, like, yeah, there's some stuff on here that I like that I'm a jam, obviously. But B, literally when we get to track 9, WGFT, I've never heard a Burna Boy song before. I know what the sound and the style he goes for. He saved a Gunna track. I never thought I would say that. Literally, B, as soon as WGFT, track 9, for anyone who's wondering, whenever that song played, I was like, okay, I heard the sample. I'm like, all right, Gunna's going over some different style production. I'm like, this is what I've been asking for. Because Gunna's been in this very comfortable pocket/lane, and there's memes of it going online right now about how a lot of his songs sound way too similar, and it goes into the other, out to the other. It's the exact same goddamn song. B, I'm like, all right, Gunna got some different sounding production. It sounds a bit like a Rod Wave song. I'm like, all right, cool. B, he came on that hook. I'm like, what the F is this? B, I literally busted out laughing at work. They said, oh, bless you. I said, I'm not sneezing. I'm laughing. I am dying over here. What the F am I listening to? B, what was the line, B? Oh my God, the lyric. I gotta pull the lyric up for you guys. This is a real time thing. This wasn't pre-produced. But guys, I'm gonna literally quote the first thing he says, and this is part of his verse. I thought it was a hook at first. This is his verse. We getting F tonight. Who getting F tonight? You getting F tonight. She getting F tonight. Oh my God. B. Some of the worst things I've heard from Gunna is on this project. B, what the F? It's like that YSO case, the nerfed Gunna. I don't know what's up with his music anymore, B. B, you know in the fighting games when there's a character that's just like unbeatable, and then you get the patch come out? The YSO case was the patch, B. He's defeatable now. I don't know what the F is this. DS3, B. DS4. Wanna. B, what the F are we doing?
B, look, you hit the nail. What they say? You hit it right on the nail, man. This is what it is. When you come out of a situation like that and you talk about some of the stuff you used to talk about, you can't talk about that right now. So one thing that's gonna short in the subject matter with Gunna, he's gonna have to remove some of the little tough talk he used to do. So a lot of the content gonna be, I'm smashing your chick. I'm smashing your chick. You know what I'm saying? He can't hit you with the tough guy stuff no more, B. He can't. Why you think Lil Baby got nerfed?
Lil Baby been nerfed since that My Turn album. But
that's what I'm saying. Look. But I'm saying he knows where it was going. He can't talk like he want to talk. So they trying to edit themselves. So with Gunna, it's the same thing. So reason why I didn't want to go into this Gunna track, B, and Gunna's my guy. You know that. Which I know why I go for Gunna for. I didn't want it. I didn't want to listen to it. And I saw the chatter on the timeline, and I understood exactly what it was. It's gonna be like one big old song. You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, to be honest, I'm not even gonna put myself through that right now. I'll listen to that Gunna album down the line. I'm gonna listen to it, but I'm not gonna do it this week. I'm sorry.
It's 1 hour and 8 minutes.
Oh, I'm definitely not gonna do it. I have to be
of the same thing. Yeah. 25 songs, B.
25? What?
25 songs, 1 hour and 8 minutes. B, I told my girl, I'm now moving him out of the mainstream category. You now go with the Larry Junes, the Currencies, Don Kennedys. You're in that range now because you literally do the exact same type of music, the exact same type of sounds. You're a lifestyle rapper now. You can't talk that Atlanta trap stuff anymore. Atlanta trap fly guy stuff. You can only talk talk the lifestyle stuff. Oh, I'm getting in the gym. I'm getting healthy, guys. I'm getting my vitamins. I'm also smashing your chick because she likes me because I have money. That's all he's talking about. B. It's cool for one album, even though he does this on every album. But to have this, it feels like I've been hearing the same song from Gunna for the last 3 to 4 years now.
Hey man.
B.
Hey.
There's B. Everybody always supposed to have some serious conversations about nonsense. It's time to have some serious conversations about Gunna. I'm just saying.
I wasn't gonna do it, man. I wasn't gonna listen to it because I understood what was gonna happen, bro. You know what I'm saying? I just knew what he was gonna give us, especially with that album cover. The album cover ass. Yeah, sometimes you can't judge a book by its cover, but I'm judging that book. Facts. I'm not going into that. I'm not opening that cover.
B. This is a coloring book right here, B. This is not even Junie B. Jones with chapters. This coloring book,
he get the big thick crayons, B.
Mm-hmm. Look, not the kindergarten ones, B. The preschool ones, B. Hey, hey, he got to grip it like that. B. Yeah. This is just, that's how he write his lyrics, B. We go F tonight. I'm gonna F your girl. I'm gonna F your girl. Oh man, B. This was not. Yeah, this was. Look, I told Dom I gave it a half because he said, Chase, you actually calling this mid. I said I give it a half point because he's actually signing the vinyl. Yeah, it's getting an upgrade to mid because he's signing the vinyls for real. That's what it is. Besides that, this album was no. What are we doing? Like I said, that YSL case, them patched Gunna. He does not have them invincible frames like he used to anymore. God dang it. That DS4B, I went back to DS4. I said, God dang, this 7 to 8 track run on DS4 is amazing. What the F happened here? Well, I know what happened here. That YSL case. That's what happened. I'm off this, man. I did my little rant. B, it's like every week I gotta put the hazmat suit on. I just gotta go into my little rant, B. It's like I'm putting the hazmat suit on, B. I the garbage man, B.
You the garbage man. Do you got anything else you listen to?
That I listen to?
Yeah,
I listen to the new Young Nudie.
Damn, I forgot about that.
And this is the thing when Young Nudie B, he knows when to stop.
Yeah,
14 tracks. 14 tracks. That's all I needed. About 40-something minutes. Nudie knows where his place is. He knows how much to give you. Pause on that. He knows how much music to give you. And he gave me some heat. He gave me some great songs. For me, Young Nudie is this generation's Gucci, but a more like niche style of him because it's like you could really see the influence that Gucci has on Young Nudie. And the person that everybody thought 21 Savage was, I always feel that from Young Nudie. Like Young Nudie feels like a terrorist rapping. You get what I'm saying? And the worst part is he's going over those quirky, fun trap beats. It's one of those things where it's like, yeah, I want to have fun. But he's like, hey, don't have too much fun because I might off.
Don't try me.
I might uphold. You get what I'm saying? Like that's me. I'm Young Nudie.
I might uphold like read my soul. Hey, my bad.
Did you have to do that during the Young Nudie section, B? Come on, we're talking about good rappers now.
I was about to drop some bars,
B. You could have gave that in the Gunna section, B. Why in the Young Nudie section of all places, B? Come on, B. We're gonna get segues, King. Come on, B.
My bad.
Hey, he's my friend, but he don't speak to me. Whatever he was talking about. Get that is out of here. What are we talking
and
about?
now we don't even speak.
Yeah, like okay. But yeah, Paradise by Young Nudie, definitely some bangers, definitely some standouts. Obviously, this project is going to be a bit bloated because it's Young Nudie. His subject matter is the same. If you do not like Young Nudie, this project will not get you to like Young Nudie. But he does have some songs on here that I really like the song Ice-T with him, 21 Savage, and Project Pat. That was a single, but I really do like Project Pat's hook on here. He has also a song with Lotto on there, which I thought she did a good job as well. Overall, I think he had a song with Baby Drill on here as well. Overall, Young Nudie is going to give you Young Nudie. If you do not like that, do not listen to this. But if you do like that, he's giving you more of that. He's one of those rappers that gives you a project each year, and it's just like, I'm feeling it. So yeah. But I think I'll listen to the Bryson Tiller too. It was him.
Do you want to talk about that?
I don't. Yeah. Quick thoughts, B. One, I don't like the way that you released the album because you released it under the projects that's releasing soon.
Like so, Disc 2, I heard. Didn't it say Disc 2 on it?
No, it is his Disc 2, but it's attached. So when the projects have the countdown before they release,
and it has so it's attached to that.
Yeah, so it's attached to that. So you can listen to the album through there, but whenever I like the song, it wouldn't even pop up on my thing or anything like that. I don't like the way that that project was released. I didn't like, you're not a great rapper, Bryson. I like you more for your songwriting and your R&B your more R&B tracks. He's doing more so rapping on the second disc, which I'm just like, he's not a strong rapper like that. I liked it when I was in college, but now as a more older adult, I really don't enjoy it
It's
like that.
crazy, bro.
The features was weak as well, and Bun B, what the F was that? You know that's my fine ish. I'm like,
Hey,
all
bro,
right,
Unc
what
had
are
to,
we doing?
sometimes Unc got to use a little modern day slang to catch in a newer crowd.
B, it was super. How do you do, fellow kids? That's all I had thought of. B, but
Skateboard on
B,
his
let's
hip, D. I mean, on his
yeah,
shoulder.
yeah. How do you do, fellow kids? That's exactly what I heard when he heard Bun B say that. And Bun B is my favorite rapper, so for him to say that, I'm like, Bun B,
Disgusted.
you know why we here. You know what we need to talk about. B, is it time to
Time.
have some serious conversations?
Let's talk, man. Let's talk. So we got the highly anticipated GID, JID as they call him. God does like ugly. Was it good? I look ugly. Yeah, that's the name of it. I've been messing up titles recently. Um, so I don't know if you want to start or do you want me to start?
You
How you
start,
want
B. You
to? I can start off. All right. So I did a deep dive into JID's catalog. I talked about his first two albums. I called them mixtapes. My bad. Last week and this week I listened to his, last work, which the Forever Story, and I wanted to merge it and go into this album right here. I spent some time with this album. I watched the interview he did with Joe Budden to trying to get his feel of what he was feeling. So before I start off my thoughts, he actually said he recorded this album and his last album simultaneously. So he was kind of working on this stuff and working on that album. So some of the songs on here he said was older songs but revamped, with new features on them and things like that. So my thoughts on this album, man. Let me go into this track list real quick.
Mm-hmm.
So you start me off when I hear West Side Gun. I was pissed immediately.
B, why
I
was
was
you pissed, man? Why was you pissed?
I have no problems with West Side Gun. As you know, I like West Side Gun. But I don't like when he get on it. Sometimes he say some stuff, it's just corny. I'm over it. I know the fly God does like ugly. You want to bring him into it. My bitch ugly, nigga. I'm like, bro, JID, I want to hear your voice. This is your album.
Mm-hmm.
Let's start it off. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna use one of your
Mm-hmm.
talking points, B. I didn't care for
That
that.
if you
And
start that
also
for your album, you got to start the album off.
start the album
You need
off.
to be the
And
first person I hear.
I need to hear you. And one thing, I think I probably would have enjoyed this much more with the West Side Gun if he kind of stayed in between the albums a little bit, kind of like a DJ and played like this his own little character, but he didn't. I feel like that was a waste. Anyways, let's get into the first song. You Ugly. He was rapping on here. I like JID on here. I enjoyed the rapping on this joint. I was like, production's cool. West Side Gun just shut up. He had a beat switch on here that I didn't I enjoyed. So I'm like, all right, cool. You started off cool. And then Glory hit. I'm into Glory. I like Glory as well. It gave you a more triumphant type of feel.
Mm-hmm.
Jid doing his thing, rapping as good as he can. You know what I'm saying? Getting in those pockets, those flows. I'm like, cool. I like this track. I'm like, okay, the album's starting off cool. I like these first two tracks, and then come to Work. Work is the track I've been trying to get you to listen to. It's more of like a chant. Get ready with me. Type of feel. He's trying to go for something like he's trying to go for a hit on here. He's trying to get that other
It's a hype
surround
banger
sound.
song.
Yeah, it's the hype and the yeah. I don't like this track. I don't like this track at all. He wants it to be a hit. If it is, it is. But for me, bro, I feel like I'm a hit detector. This is not a hit. We're gonna go with a
Mm.
community, which is I think is a top 3 track on this album. Community, bro. Oh man, see, this is the track where Jid started off. He was rapping in a different cadence. He was more aggressive on here, and I'm thinking, hold up, is this Marco Plus? I wasn't the only one that
Mm-hmm.
felt that way. A few other people on the internet did as well. I like the foundation he was laying down with my neighborhoods, the apartments, being in this community, also incorporating you know, the storytelling with like with his dad and his mom and what they were saying about the area, and like, you know, raising these apartments, you know, whatever. Okay. Then I love how
Mhm.
Jid ended his verse with him going to college in Virginia, then having some Virginia guys, like, you know, this is what I missed in Virginia, and then Pusha comes and finish it off like, yo, I'm finna give you, you know, I'm gonna give you Virginia. I'm from here. You know, this the things that you didn't see or whatever. And he talked about, he had the line like, you know, Push and Malice, what they so good at. And I talked about this before, how like they good at describing things without just saying it. They describe it in different details. Like they good at painting the picture. Like how what do you say? I brought the white to my hood. Nigga, I gentrified. Like so
Mhm.
simple, but it paints the picture, bro. You like, yo, that's what thing Pusha is. He's unmatched in that type in that department, bro. And then the verse was dope, bro. I was like, dang, Push just killed he just killed Jid to me. I'm sorry. So then we go into Malice. And who know Big Brother had to just show all of them up. Bro, did you catch his scheme? Did you see the scheme he did? Like it was
Mhm.
it was like triples in that joint of just dog. Malice has been on a tear, bro. Like he's been killing it. The dude, my ghetto ain't your what's it? My ghetto ain't your culture. What he said, like, bro, niggas die here. When he said the
Mhm.
scheme about like, oh, we use the house like it was a timeshare. Mama, cousin, brother, sister. I mean, no, like dad wasn't here. It was. I don't know the lyric verbatim, but bro, this that
Yeah.
scheme, and then talking about Mob Deep into just like, oh,
Talking about survival of the fittest
survivors
and
of the
all that.
fittest, and then going to Queens, and then
Yeah.
this brick or something, the turn boys into men, and then the
Mhm.
Prince line,
And
and
then
the
talking about
doves
you could have
cry.
been like Nas or Jesus and
Virginia,
Illmatic and all that.
yeah, like
Mhm.
you could be Jesus Shuttleworth, but some was Jesus Shuttleworth, some with Nas ears, like some was ball players
Mhm.
and some was rappers. Like, dog, Malice killed this verse, bro.
Yeah,
Oh my
Malice
god,
was destroying.
bro,
That man was on a terror spree on that song.
bro, he killed that song. But yeah, that song is one of my favorites. Then we go into G's, which another song I like. I like G's. I'm like, cool. I'm liking G's. I like the pocket he get in. He got it. He doing that. He using the same sample that Comethazine used. I forgot that. I forgot the name of the song from Comethazine. I should have looked it up. But I like the
Mhm.
G's track. I like how he started off saying like, "Yo, bro, um, like, you know, we used to rob and do all this stuff too." And then at the same time, at the end of the track, he ended up getting robbed. And same thing happened to him. It's like this cycle. And he said it's like it's because of the same people that say we gangsta, gangsta. So at this point, I'm feeling his theme. I'm like, okay, he talking about community. He's talking about the G's, or like what's going on in the neighborhood. And I'm like, okay, I'm feeling it. I'm feeling this God does like ugly thing. I think I got what he's going for this. He's painting the picture of like what goes on in black neighborhoods. Then he getting the VCR, which is the same thing that happens here as well, especially with the intro when he talks about, you know, Oscarville, and you know, that's the Lake Lanier, and you talk about Tulsa, Oklahoma. It's the same thing when they talk about our neighborhoods, but look, you burnt these places down, and then you try to, you know, all that, you know, systematic oppression, systematic racism. You know what I mean? So I'm feeling the
Mm.
theme. And then he go into skate. And I like VCR. Vince Staples killed it. My bad. He killed that verse. Oh
Okay.
my God.
I
Then
see.
we go
I
into
see what's up.
skate. Skate was like a breakaway from this darker theme he was going for. Work was kind of that, but skate was like, okay, we're gonna go into skate vibes, old Atlanta base feel. I'm liking this. I like different perspectives of what's going on in the skating ring, of like, you know, in the stolen vehicle. Then I'm talking to these chicks because I'm like, cool, I like this song. I really like skate. And then it comes down for me. When you get from 8, it goes down for me after this. When you get to what we on, he slows it down with Don Tolliver, and I'm like, I'm not feeling this. I'm like, cool, I understand it. You got to have this track on the album, and then he goes
Does he?
into sometimes you have to, especially when you trying to reach a
This the
demographic,
compromise track B?
like for the women, you know what I mean? But look, B, you have to. But then he did wholeheartedly, and I'm like,
Mhm.
okay,
That's why I said that.
I'm saying, why are you doing this? And then he did my No Boo, and I'm like, why did he do this? And then he
B, you
go,
didn't like the
and
part where he
we
started speaking
vibing.
Spanish, B?
No, I don't want to hear you and JC Reyes speak bilingual. You know what I'm saying? This not Spanish class. I was like, why is Destin speaking Spanish on this album? And then we go, like I said, then we go into and we was vibing. I'm like, okay, boom. This is when, for me, I know you said you want to break it down, the R&B stuff, like you're not trying to, bro, you had a theme going on, it seems like. You had a theme that was going on. And it feel like you just broke it apart with like these R&B slowed down tracks. This is on me. Some people love the tracks. I don't like this. When I think of an album, I'm not done talking about this, but when I'm hearing album of the year, for me, no. This is not album of the year talks. Because you just took me off my journey. You took me off my I was in the album. I was stuck in this concept I thought I was in. And that could just be on me. Then you go into On McAfee with Baby Kia. You could have utilized Baby Kia totally different. Because from your verses, you're talking about a guy like Baby Kia, what he's supposed to represent. Let's hear from him. I didn't really care for the production on this, but I feel like with Baby Kia, let him rap. Let's feel that energy better than a hook. He felt like, I don't know if you want to play like him, like this menacing young dude, like in the background. I wanted to hear from him. So I didn't like that track. And then of Blue, probably my favorite track on the album. It had like, I think it starts off really, sultry with the singing from what's her name, Mariba, I think that's her
Mariba.
name. Yeah, that was dope. Jid got in some crazy flows, some good pockets on here. I had a problem with some of the stuff he was trying to describe. Like he was just saying stuff. Sometimes I like when people like, you can say it in a different way. Sometimes I just feel like he just say things sometimes. And it's like, what are you talking about in a way? Because it seemed like you rambling. K-Word was cool with Pastor Troy. That was cool. I wasn't too big of a fan of it, but I liked it, I guess. And then going to the finishing it with Four Keeps, which I like the beat on here, and I love the message of this. Just, pretty much kind of motivating people as well. Like, yo, we all start somewhere. I'm doing this for my fans. I do it for y'all. Blah, blah, blah. So before you start, you say your piece, B. I just feel that he had a great album going for him, but I feel like it fell to some sequencing issues in the middle from that 9, no, from that 8 to 11. I feel like if you would have cut a few of those tracks, you could have hit us with the Don Toliver track and gave us "Are We Vibing," and then go into like your other stuff. But that was my issues with it. So to me, the album ended up being, it's a good album to me. It's not an album of the year contender in my opinion, but B, I'll let you have the floor, and I could talk about more of my problems after you.
So for me, I'm not a Jid fan. This is my second or third Jid project I heard. I heard his last album. I thought it was cool. I didn't get the hype that everybody had for it, but I thought it was a cool album. And I'm questioning the same thing on this album right here because I don't get the hype for this. Like, I get why people are hyped for Jid. Like, if you like Isaiah Rashad, Samara Sin, if you like all of them in that category, you're gonna like Jid, right? So it's a lot of that crowd talking about it. But like I was saying, for me, I gave this a 3 out of 5. I thought this was a good, cool, straight project, especially for the mainstream. Someone who had a lot of mainstream success from his last project with the song Surround Sound. He had the whole challenge on here. He even references it on here, talking about, oh, you needed a mirror challenge to see that I'm far ahead from my peers or something like that. And I'm like,
A ceiling challenge. I'm above all my
yeah, ceiling
peers.
challenge. Oh yeah, that was, I was like, all right, cool line. I don't agree with it, but cool line. Going into this project, I just seen all the hype. I was scared because I'm just like, a lot of people don't know how to talk about music, man. They just fall into the hype. And I think that people fully fall into the hype with an album that's 15 songs, 57 minutes. God Does Like Ugly. B, I agree with you. The theming at the beginning, it was there for me. I'm like, all right, cool. I see what you're talking about, like how you going through all this suffering in the hood. You not your mom not being able to pay the rent bill for the apartment. Like I get it, like but it's like, oh, God does like ugly. I'm like, all right, cool. I'm getting the theme here, but there's certain things on this project that I'm just like, the sequencing was off right here. The track listing was off. Some of this should have been on that GDLU Prelux rather than on here if you wanted to keep this like a narrative focused album. Because there's a lot of songs on here and there's a lot of tracks on here that I'm like, this throws off the vibe for me. And I get that you want to encompass all aspects, but to me, it's kind of like he's trying to be a jack of all trades rather than a master of one. You get what I'm saying? Because now he's a master of none. Because I feel like I was taken everywhere sonically. And I feel like I didn't really get to know what a Jid sound was. What because I seen some people say, oh yeah, like I think I saw 99 say Jid found his sound. I'm like, I don't feel like I know what Jid sound is. Like, what is a Jid type beat? Like, you get what I'm saying? And a lot of times I was listening to this project and you saw my tweet. I said Jid just sounds like a broke down Big Crit. A lot of the subject matter and a lot of the way that Jid raps it's very Big Crit reminiscent. And I'm saying that because obviously both of them are highly inspired by Andre 3000, a legend from the South, correct? But Jid has this thing where it's like he talks Southern like Big Crit. He raps similar to Big Crit. He just has a faster rapping style / cadence and flow than Big Crit, because everything that Jid was saying, I'm like, I imagine Big Crit saying this. I can imagine Big Crit saying this. It's like the way he's rapping this, I can imagine Big Crit also doing this. Like I feel like I've already been here before, do Big Crit projects. And so the voice wasn't very unique. The subject matter itself wasn't unique, because I'm like, okay, I feel like I've been over these subject matters, these beats with the same cadence and with the same voice. It's just that Big Crit has a more punchier voice, and I've heard Big Crit go over these subject matters with better production styles previously. A good project for me to relate this to is Crit Was Here and Return of Forever, because I feel like I got a good amount of these subject matters on those two projects right there. I'm like, dang, I heard this. But one thing I really did like, that feature from Clips. Amazing, B. Oh my God, B. Ever since Let God Sort 'Em Out came out, they have been on a nice little run.
Killing it.
I don't know what the F has inspired them, but woo, that community feature, woo! I'm like, oh my gosh. The feature with Vince Staples, I really enjoyed it. But this is where, CB, I know you said you got thrown off at track 8. I got thrown off at track 7. Now, me, I like this, which Escape, the one with Sierra and Earth Gang. Now, B, I like the song. I like the sound of it. But sonically, to me, it does not tie in well with the album to me, especially with this journey, like you said, that we're going on. I'm like, oh, just threw it off. Like, I get it. You still had those type of tracks to, mesh with the mainstream, but also tell your story, hide the medicine and the candy. I thought that it didn't go well with the sequencing of what we was getting previously on this album. Songs like that, Work is in a cool place for me because it's early on in the album, so it's like, all right, cool. We had a detour, now we back on. But a song like Skate threw it off, and then we get to track 8. I know that you was questioning track 8. Me, track 8 felt like a Don Toliver song featuring Jid. I'm just like, this don't feel like, this feels so out of place. Like, I feel like I was listening to a Don Toliver song because it sounds like a Don Toliver sound. It felt like Don Toliver gave him that song and Jid just had to fill in the blanks on that song. I'm like, then we get Wholeheartedly, and I get it, but this also doesn't feel like a Jid song. This feels like either a Ty Dolla $ign song or a Black song. It doesn't feel like a Jid song. Jid sounds like a feature on this song. And the reason I'm highlighting that is because when it comes to your album, your story, you need to make sure that you are the shining star on that song if you got some features on there.
Hold up, that was gonna be one of my critiques at the you brought it up.
Thank you. Hey, great minds think alike, B. Great minds think alike. But B, after what we on, I didn't like anything after that. Shout out to having Pastor Troy on here. But B, I didn't like anything after that. Even that For Keep song, I get it, sentimental song.
But you didn't care for it.
It sounded whack, B. B, I didn't like the production.
Like that beat?
It sounded way too soft. No. I didn't like anything after track 8. And I only like track 8 because it sounds like a Don Toliver song. I like Don Toliver. Besides that, B, I only liked 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 songs out of 15.
Yeah, I'm
a Jid hater. I assume I'm a Jid hater. I didn't like his GDLU.
I like 9 out of 15. I think it's a good album.
I gave it, like I said, B, I gave it a 3 out of 5. I thought it was some mid. It was cool. Like, it's not bad, but there's definitely some things that I'm like, this is what's keeping it from being great. Like I said, the first 1 through 6, I'm like, okay, I'm here. I get it. There's a little mishaps in that 1 through 6, but I get it. Once we get to 8, I'm like, what are we doing? Yeah, I feel like it just started losing itself all over the place at that point. I'm like, all right, like you had this really connecting theme right here, then you just wanted to lose it. You wanted to unravel the whole thing at track 8.
Like, yeah, it's right. Like I'm trying to remember if he said he did the sequencing and it shows, because sometimes an artist can just like, oh, I want to get out this idea and I want to make sure I got to make songs for the ladies, so I make a whole section for the ladies. But like what he can do to incorporate to stay on with sequencing, you can add some of those slower moments on a song that has a little energy, or like a track like VCR. You can go slower a little bit. You got to think about how you could bridge in. Think of it like a DJ when you fade in, or like when you're crossing over, tempos matching, like all that stuff plays a big part. So when you bring me up from here, because VCR, you slowed it down, but it still had a darker theme, and then you kind of broke away from that darker theme with Skate, which I enjoyed. I like that. But after that, you kind of went super like R&B ish vibes, and it just kind of I thought I was listening to a whole other album. It just took me off the experience, which I thought that was a problem with. I think I'm gonna rework this to see how I can do better sequencing with this project, because I feel like it's a great album in this. Like you got 15 tracks. I say you get rid of like at least 4 tracks on this project. Like you could keep the interlude to kind of break it up. But like it's this album could have been great. It could have been an album of the year contender in my, because I ain't gonna lie, the first, well, I ain't care for work, but like, I say the first 7 tracks, you had me. I'm in there. I'm like, hold up, bro. Bro, the community feature. And then like you were saying about Shining, I gotta admit, Jid, this could be you being a dope A&R, but you got outshine on most of these features, bro. Vince Staples did his thing over you. I didn't care for the Don Tolliver track, but I agree with you, B. Felt like a Don Tolliver track. Ty Dolla Signs and Black felt like their track and not Jid's. Mariba, I love Old Blue, but her in the beginning, amazing. Clips washed you. Even though I like your verse, but when they went, they fit that production so well. I see how you had to change up your cadence a bit in the beginning, but I don't know, man. I was excited for this album because I know how people view Jid. He's the next one. He's the next guy, and he quite haven't hit that point where we thought he can hit when it came to the Forever story, and we thought he was gonna have a higher trajectory or whatever. But nah, man, I think the sequencing on here kind of threw you off the loop. And I know the guys out here with all the paid accounts, they trying to big up the tracks that people really don't care for, and they know there was a downtime. Oh, No Boo is my. Come on, bro. We know y'all getting paid. So we know y'all not genuine, bro. Because we gotta be honest, bro. It's no way you could listen to these first 8, 7 tracks and then hear this R&B stuff and not be thrown off the album. Cause I couldn't be the only one that felt that way. I was like, hold on, what is? Cause I'm like,
Hey,
okay,
I
you can,
agreed with you, B.
yeah, you can hit me with a slow motion. You know what I'm saying? But you gotta like bring it in, bro. You can't just hit me with freaking, what was that? 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 slow tracks like that in a row? That's not good. You can't do that. You gotta mix it up. You gotta put me on a journey. You just put me on a journey and then like, bro, just sit here. You can just sit down and just relax. Bro, I was like, you know what I'm saying? You put me to sleep. And then you try to bring the energy back up with McAfee. Nah, it don't work like that, buddy. It don't work like that. You made albums before. You understand that. So I don't know. I know it's some of these songs he wanted to put on his album that I agree with you. He could have put on that EP, like some of the slower tracks to mix it up a little bit. He could have put those on that EP. But I don't know. That's my thoughts. Jid, I think this is a good album. If I want to give it a score, if I do out of 10, I say it's about a 7 out of 10. 6.5 to a 7 out of 10. Yeah.
You got about my score because I gave it a 3 out of 5. I thought
Yeah.
it was a cool project. It's not bad,
Oh,
but
it's
there's
not
a
bad
lot of
now.
problems with this.
Mhm.
I'm just like, this holds it back from really being great or an album of the year contender for me.
Yeah.
I thought this album was gonna win me over, B. I'm not gonna lie. I thought this one was. I was disappointed.
Yeah. Like I said, it's a good album. I wanted a bit more in that middle section, man. Cause you had me up here and you brought me down.
Mm-hmm.
I'd rather be you know what I'm saying? You could
Mm-hmm.
but you can't and then go, yeah. Like, come on, bro. Like,
It's too
that's not
late.
right.
You lost me.
A roller coaster, you know what I'm saying? You bored me out for
Mm-hmm.
you can't bore somebody for like, you bored me for what? How many, what would that be, like 10 minutes? Equivalent to like
Nah,
10 plus minutes? A little over.
probably.
Yeah, you can't bore me for that long, boy.
So,
Yeah,
B, do you think his last project was better than this one? I think so.
I think his I listened to it today. Again, I think it's better. I think the Forever
Yeah, I
story
think it's
better
more
because I feel
consistent
like the
too.
sequencing was better. One thing that
Mm-hmm.
I don't really care for on that album is a lot of beef switches, but I believe that this album is better because I think it's sequenced better. I think sonically, when it comes to production, I think it's better as well. And I think he had better. I wouldn't say. Dang, I can't say. I could say better features because I feel like it fit with this. But having that clips and that Vince Staples feature was insane. But
Oh, B, they went off. They went
they
off.
they went
B.
off. But nah, man, JID. I think you put out a good album. You said you weren't trying to do like no super concept album, but I thought you had a theme you was working with, and them first tracks I was like understanding, and I felt like skate was to break away from the darkness because like after we go through all this stuff in the hood, we go to the skate ring. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, oh man, I'm feeling this. I'm feeling the homage you paying to Atlanta, and just as well like where I'm from, like we it was wild stuff, and then people go to the other town, we go to the skate ring, do stuff like bro, I felt it, but. He just broke. He
Just
broke away,
slushy
bro.
me.
With that, you could give us R&B tracks, but not 4, 5 in a row, bro. You just changed the whole energy of the album.
And I don't want to say it like this, but that was the problem that I had with Lotto's project last year, another
Mm.
Atlanta rapper, where she had a cool little few track run, but then she started hitting you with the R&B tracks. I'm like, oh, like you just bogged the whole album experience down with these. Dang. But
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh yeah. But
Hmm.
shout out to Jid, shout out to Dreamville. I will say
Thank you.
before we move on that this was poorly marketed, and I don't know if this was intentional or not. But I believe that y'all should do better when it comes to this. Hopefully, Jid do more, outside like interviews or deal with merch. I know he got some vinyl he put out. To continue having this album to grow. You know what I'm saying? But I think it was a good project. But that R&B side kind of got me out of the album, bro. It's kind of hard for you to kind of bring back the energy up for me and me not just being sleep for that R&B shit. You know what I'm saying? So, and I like R&B. It just I didn't like. Then you took me to Telemundo. It's just. I'm just. B, you got
Yeah,
anything else to
it's
say?
the frequency. I agree with you. Most of Dreamville's marketing is horrible. Ari Lennox, Earth Gang, Boss, this Jid,
That's why Ari
horrible.
left.
I feel like the last album, I mean, yeah, but I felt like the last album, at least that one had like a TikTok challenge, which resurfaced the album and brought it back and brought it to the mainstream, like what, like a few months or a year later. This project right here, it's like he's trying to fish for that single at some points, like Work, or I know not on McAfee, but I know he's trying to go for a different sound, trying to be a bit more aggressive with that sound and production. But yeah, for me, Jid just doesn't stand out as a rapper for me. And the problem is that he's always sounding like somebody. He's either sounding like Kendrick Lamar, he's either sounding like Big Crit. I'm just
Mhm.
like, I don't know. I just wish he stood out and was a bit more unique. Besides the whole rapping fast thing, what else you gonna give me?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I'm not saying that Jid is a bad rapper. It's just that if I want to listen to certain things like this, I will go to those rappers that he sounds like to listen to that.
Yeah. And before we leave about on this album, when going back to the marketing, like, come on, we need a tweet from J. Cole. We need Boss to tweet about this album instead of tweeting about Drake. Like, we need more push for this album. Even though like we say the album's good, you're not crapping on the album. It's still some things about the album, around the album that I feel like just felt a little off to me, outside of the music, and that was like the marketing for it. It felt like he was the only one trying to push this album out. I don't know, because just
The
remember those
prelude
days.
felt weird too.
Yeah, the prelude coming out like that, it's usually not something that happens, like an EP just dropped right there a few months, probably a month before the album drop. And just think about the old TD, when TD, everybody would put that album cover in a Avi or they profile pic somewhere. It's just that feel of camaraderie or whatever. I can't speak right now. With your
Mm.
label mates. I don't know, it just felt like it just didn't feel right. Maybe I'm missing something. Maybe I didn't see those tweets and they was out there. Maybe I'm wrong. I'm open to being wrong. It don't matter. I'm just saying what I didn't see. But yeah, man, shout out to Jid. I'm hoping that Metro project, because he got a Metro album dropping. I don't know if it's gonna be next
Battle.
year or what. So I'm hoping that's dope. I'm gonna continue to listen, because you grabbed me as, I wouldn't say a fan, but as a listener when it came to the what's called a Never Story. So
The
yeah,
orange one, right?
yeah, the
Mm.
Never Story. So yeah, I'm here. Always gonna check out your new stuff. So good album. It just
Yeah.
you was here and then you went here. You know what I'm saying? So yeah. B, man, do you want to talk about your boy will.i.am? Do you want to watch the clip? Do you need to refresh on the
Let's watch
clip?
the clip. Give some people a little bit of context.
Black Thought is a trillion times better than Jay-Z.
A trillion?
Trillion.
What's your logic behind that?
Seeing Black Thought, what he's capable of just off the top. And yeah, Jay's off the top is dope too. Jay's dope, don't get me wrong.
No.
But Jay's already said everything that he's just regurgitating everything he's already said, including other rappers. When everything that Black Thought comes up with is like, wait, I never heard that one. Wow, you split that word up like that? And that's just my that's just me.
Yeah.
Now, there's a lot of people that be like, what the fuck you know about hip-hop, will.i.am? I don't give a fuck what you think. I just know what I think and what I in my head, top 5 MCs. It's always Biggie, Tupac, Nas, Jay. I'm like, KRS, Rakim, Big Daddy Kane, Nas, Black Thought.
That's a nice
Top
five.
5.
Yeah, that's a nice 5.
Fairmont.
What's up?
B, that was more than 5.
Yeah, he started naming people. Anyway,
He
KRS
named his
One,
big. He named his
Rakim,
top
Big Daddy
10.
King. He named all the
He named his
all
top
the
10. They
like.
talk about that's a nice 5. Yeah, 5 times 2.
I don't give a fuck about what you.
Don't
Don't
give a
will.i.am look
fuck.
like a little. He look like a little like hyper junkie or something like that, like abnormal crackhead a little bit. I don't know. But B, man, what do you think about this? B, because we been like this right here. This conversation has brought up mad discourse from even other platforms when they discussing Lupe versus Kendrick. Do Andre 3000 is he a top 5 artist? Now is Black Thought a trillion times better than Jay-Z? B, what you think about that, bro?
If we talking about MC-ship, MCing and showmanship, now making albums because he don't have as many albums as Jay. I think Black Thought is a better rapper than Jay, but I think Jay is a better like artist overall than Black Thought. But that's because we haven't fully seen Black Thought in a solo career. He's been with the Roots for most of his career. But when it comes to Black Thought's rapping performance, oh, he's up there. He's up there. That project he has with Danger Mouse, where basically he had a few features on there. Oh, outstanding, B. Every feature I hear Black Thought on, like the one on Bandana, outstanding.
The one on the plugs I met?
Fire. Oh, fire. Heat. Black Thought he's that guy when it comes to being on the mic MCing. But thing is, Jay-Z's Jay-Z. And I agree with will.i.am saying Jay-Z ain't really saying anything new. He did with 444. He does with here and there albums. To me, the thing is like, that's a lot of rappers that have a lot of albums in their catalog, especially solo. Because I'm not comparing Future to Jay-Z, but Future raps about the same thing all the time. It's just about how you present it. Do you present it differently? Do you present it in a better way, maybe? Do you present it in a different style? Because like I always say, American Gangsta is the album that people think Reasonable Doubt is. Dang near same theme, subject matters and all that, but the actual like sonics of the album is completely different from what Reasonable Doubt has. I think Black Thought is a better rapper on the mic MC than Jay, but I think Jay-Z is a better artist or hip-hop artist than Black Thought. But B, go ahead. I want to hear your thoughts.
I know he was being a little hyperbolic when he said trillion, because that kind of threw me off. Like, you could say Black Thought's a better rapper than Jay-Z, technically, from a technical standpoint. He brought up how Black Thought flip words and use words differently. And then he, like you said, when it comes to content and a rapper, like, yes, we can continue to use, oh, you talk about the same thing, but also how do you present it? Are you on different production? Are you linking up with this producer? Are you saying it in a different flow? Are you flipping it in a different way, but you're saying the same thing, but differently? You get what I'm saying? I feel like Jay-Z does that. Even on 444, Jay-Z rapped about similar things he rapped about before earlier in his career. But this one, it was a different flip to it. He had it more of a personal project when it comes to like the opening track, Kill Jay-Z. Like he added that. But when it comes to like the self wealth and all this, the financial stuff. Like Jay-Z been talking about stuff like buy your block and stuff like that. He just presented it in a different way, in a more mature way as well. Because he could say the same thing to you back then, but he gonna say it real slick to you, like he high side. So that's one thing that Jay-Z does, and like a trillion times better. You gotta understand with the level Jay-Z at. Like we talked about this last week, you got to strip away some of that technical stuff to dumb it down a little bit. Who remember Lupe song? Dumb it down. You know what I'm saying? Like you gonna have to do that to make different hits and if you want to get to the moolah. So Black Thought, which it's hard for me to even say that he's a better MC than Jay-Z. Cause Hove can rap, bro. Like when Hove rap, like people forget about the era when he was with the originators and things like the triple flows he used to do. Like Jay-Z, what he said? I used to rap like common sense. But he said something, I ain't rapping like common sense. Like it's certain things, bro, that
American
rappers
Gangster
gotta,
line, by the way.
yeah. So like I understand what will.i.am saying, and I to be honest, bro, I'm getting away from this talking point and thinking like this, because I used to fall into the category of those niggas that downplay, mainstream artists and things like that. Even though I can appreciate a mainstream artist, but at the same time, I think it's harder to be in a Jay-Z spot and then a Black Thought spot. A Jay-Z verse on anything gonna be highlighted more than a Black Thought on anything. I feel like Black Thought can really rap, yes, but you're not gonna go and hyper criticize a freaking Black Thought verse. You know what I'm saying? He has that luxury. Hove got a whole nother luxury of like him being this super mainstream. Well, not a whole nother luxury. It's like you look at him and you want to like hyper focus on his verse. That wasn't that good. I feel like Black Thought don't get that issue. You know what I'm saying?
I feel like Black Thought is more universally loved in
He-
terms of like amongst hip hop heads than Jay-Z is.
Yeah, that's
like
what I'm
Jay-Z
saying.
has a lot more criticism because of the mainstream success he has.
Yeah, and people try to downplay it just because he at that spot. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like Jay-Z as a rapper, bro. Jay-Z on freaking what's that Jay Electronica album? What's it called? Is it Testament? The Written Testament?
Testimony
The Written
was written?
Testimony or something like that? Yeah, something like that. The Written Testimony or whatever. Hov was on that rapping, and he was in his like Mac Homie type of underground rapping bag. If you go listen to how he rapping on that, like, bro, come on. If you say he better, he's not trillion times better. Like I'm gonna fall into that trillion word. That's insane. He's not a trillion times better than Jay-Z.
He knew that was gonna make its rounds be on the social media.
But nah, like it's even hard for me to say he's a better rapper than Jay-Z. And I love Black Thought, but like you said, B, Jay-Z gave us more of an artist. We got hits, we got the tracks, the B-sides. Jay-Z for this dude can do a whole B-side show with hits. Most of these niggas like, oh, Black Thought this, Black Thought that. They can't even name a Black Thought verse. I mean, speak a verse or name a song off of freaking Roots album, because they ain't listen to all those albums that came out. A lot of live instrumentation, some tracks he not even rapping. You got Malik B on some of the earlier stuff. Like they don't even know. So will.i.am, I know you trying to be like, boy said KRS-One. I just talked about the old school. KRS-One not in my top 5, boy. Hell no. I know I ain't from that era, but like, bro, if you go to look at a KRS-One lyrically and compare him to like a Jay-Z or a Black Thought, that nigga won't sniff your top 10, nigga. Hey, man.
Look, my thing is this: Black Thought ain't got no Black album. He ain't got no blueprint, B.
Yeah, and Black Thought got
like,
his later stuff right now that he doing solo is dope too, but it's not like we not looking at it like, yo, because it's a lot of rapping. It's not many. Yes, he's talking about other things, but it's not like these songs that's written really well. It's rapped really well. You get what I'm saying? When you do an
Jay-Z's
album,
a better songwriter.
Yeah,
that goes into writing.
That goes into writing. So that's why it's hard for me to say that he's trillion times better than Jay-Z. But if you want to do some flip flow, what'd you say, B? When you get into the hippopotamus, if you want to get into that bag, I would say if you want to get into that bag, I say, yo, Black Thought gets in that bag. Like he's crazy. But like, Jay-Z will be in my top 5 before Black Thought.
Jay-Z is in my top 5 of all time. He is in my. He's top 2. God
and he
damn it.
not 2. You got Nas your number 1,
Sadly.
right? A Bun
Nah,
B.
Nas my number 3, B.
You got Bun B your number 1, right?
So when I do my top 5, I'm accounting for career.
Oh, you got Drake. Drake your
longevity.
number 1.
Because B, I don't want to say it like this. When him and Jay-Z died, obviously, hopefully not soon, right? We gonna be looking at these careers and be like, yo, no one's had a career like these two. Like
Kendrick
Nas
in
is
your top
3
5
only
too, right?
because he is.
And Kendrick like
He's
number
top 5
4?
all time. Yes,
Yeah.
he's after Nas.
He'll be
MF
he'll
Doom
be
is right
5.
after Kendrick for me.
Oh, you had MF Doom just as a rapper, so he gets that just rapper bag.
Well, that and plus of how his legacy has impacted the underground culture and all that,
Right
and just
on.
his ability as well. Because obviously he doesn't have mainstream success, but with the career he does have, the way he's impacted the underground scene, he has to be number 5.
One day we're gonna have top 5, top 10 talks. I kind of try to stay away from lists on here because lists is like, they hard.
It's hard.
Bro.
Listen,
It's
too hard.
It's
A lot of
hard.
people are opinionated. But for people who want me to recount it, Drake 1, Jay 2, Nas 3, Kendrick 4, MF Doom 5. I'm standing on that right now. And I'm putting everything into there, including career, impact, longevity, all that.
So will.i.am, choke on a black eyed pea. Y'all Black Eyed Peas.
Look, I know, like it's not sus, but I feel like you tried to twist me with the wordplay, make it sus. I don't know. I love the BBC.
I didn't know if you did the. Hey, hold up, B. I didn't know if you did the knowledge, B. I didn't know you did the knowledge like that.
I love the BBC.
Hey, B, he needs some boom boom power in his life. Yes, what you
Hey,
saying?
bro, I'm just saying. But
Oh,
our
man.
next talk, man, we're gonna talk about your boy Metro. I don't know if you saw the tweet. I don't know if I have it on here. If
I've seen him
had it, I
going
could
against
bring
a
it.
lot of people online about how like I've seen a tweet from because what is it? It was a Facebook post from According to Hip Hop.
Yeah, I'm see if I can find the
I
tweet.
got it pulled up.
Got
Someone
it.
said Leroy X, Everyday Grails. I like what Metro Boomin did because that's Atlanta music and Kendrick did GNX. That's Cali music. Regional music making a comeback. Metro Boomin quote tweeted this with, "It's time for music to get back regional. Social media got everybody trying to do the same thing. Let's get back to actual culture and regional identity. Hashtag a futuristic summer." You want me to go first or should you go first?
I can talk about it real quick. A part of me was just like, is Metro just trying to do this because of people talking about the album so much and people don't understand it? Like, is this why he over explaining for this album? But also, we've been having these discussions for a few years now about regional sounds.
Tyler really ignited it too.
Yeah, he did have it on that interview, yeah. But I agree with Metro, and I'm like in the middle because we talk about how much we love regional sounds, but I'm in the middle of like, we still have regional sounds, but most of it is based on lingo. And like sometimes you gotta listen to the lyrics and see what the stuff they're talking about to understand like where they at. Like I had a video about this, then I was like, I scrapped it. I'm like, let's talk about this on the pod. But what I said in the video is drill music to me is a perfect example of a regional sound, but it's the same subgenre, if you get what I mean.
Mm-hmm.
So like if you go to Chicago,
trap.
when you cover Chicago, right? The drill music sound totally different from the Brooklyn drill, and from the Philly drill, from the Dallas drill, from the Atlanta drill. They sound differently. But what makes it more regional as well is the lingo, the ops. Even though I hate this genre, but we have the people that's from that region and you can understand where they're coming from, right? But what I think that's lacking is the identity, because I feel like all the production from the drill, UK drill influenced Brooklyn drill.
I agree.
Chicago drill, trap, more hi-hats. You know what I'm saying?
I agree.
West Coast got they funk. You know what I'm saying? I think that's what we lacking is. I feel like I need to know what a nigga from, my bad, I'm saying nigga, but what a nigga from South Carolina sound like? Do they like, because I feel like some of these regions, because South Carolina is the South, right? But they
Mhm.
never had their sound. Am I wrong? Because Atlanta from the South, they have their
Where's
sound.
the baby from?
The baby from Atlanta, I mean from Carolina, one of them Carolinas. He don't have a
Mm,
sound though, right?
he
He don't
doesn't.
sound like you get what I'm saying? He's him.
Mhm.
He has his flow, boom, but it's not a sound that he come from. You don't hear him be like, "Oh, this boy from South Carolina, or even North Carolina." They'll just say, "Oh, he from the South." Like, look what J. Cole. But Texas from the South, but we had our own Texas sound. Louisiana, Baton Rouge, New Orleans had rappers, but they had their own sound. That's what I feel like we're missing from Atlanta. And I think social media was just a platform that spreads out more sounds out. Cause like if you go back in the past, and I talk to my grandma, and they'd be like, they got family in another part of the country that they knew the same thing that they knew, or dads go around because it was word of mouth. You know, family members going different places learning things. Now, all your family members on social media showing you what's going on. So a lot of us get influenced by everything. And I think social media haven't. I think it's just a part of life. I've been having this idea. Like I talked about the region sounds, but the more I think about it, I'm like, bro, I just think that I think I'm in the middle, B. Like I understand what he's saying,
Mhm.
but what I'm trying to say is I think I don't care, bro. Like I
You
hope
don't
I'm
care
saying
that
this
we
right.
don't have regional songs?
I it's not like I don't care that we don't have them. It's like I think that's just a part of it. It's nothing that's gonna stop it. Cause Metro is a nigga from St. Louis.
Yeah.
He over here in Atlanta because he was producing there for years as a kid as well, young kid.
Mhm.
He went somewhere else to create a sound, to help a sound.
Well, B, the St. Louis sound is Nelly and Sexy Red.
What I'm trying to say is we have the regional sounds. They're important. They're important. And this was my main point. It just helps the culture move forward. It builds on it. So niggas in New York, they say they lack identity, right? They haven't been
Mhm.
original in a while.
Oh, very.
But what's going on is just we're helping building on the sounds all across the place, right? I'm doing your sound, but I'm putting my lingo to it. I'm putting where I'm from on it. That's how I'm looking at it. I think it's just a new version of it. Social media made it more open to everybody now, easier. So I I don't know if what it's an idea I probably need to flesh out more, but
Mhm.
I don't know. Maybe I'm
While you're
confusing
thinking,
myself.
while you're thinking about this being, while you was talking, I was thinking to it. I was thinking about it as well. Yes, the internet has killed it, but I also think the type beats have also killed it in a way as
Mm.
well.
Dang, I
Because
didn't
think
think
about it
about
like
that.
this. Think about it like this. When you listen to a Glorilla song, you could tell what type of production she's probably going to go on.
Mm-hmm.
It's going to be a close, and we've coined this term before, like, oh, all of Boss Man D-Lo songs on his last album, those are Boss Man D-Lo type beats. Like, it's not
Mm-hmm.
a regional type thing. It's just like those are the type of beats you know he's going to get on because they have a certain drum pattern, they have a certain bass pattern, all that type of stuff. We went through that whole era of Cash Money, AP, and all them type beats, young boy type beats. Like, even though they had
Mm-hmm.
a New Orleans influence into it, you can see with Jello, he seems to be using young boy type
Type
beats.
beats.
So it's like it's going to me. I think it's the type beat culture that's what's killed it because instead of it being regional sounds now, it's an artist specific sound. Like this is like
Mm.
a sound that you know an artist will use rather than this is a whole region type thing. So
And it's
that's my
easier.
little 2 cents on it. I feel like that's how I feel.
That adds on the social media aspect of it as well,
Mm-hmm.
because when you're growing up, you want to sound like your favorite artist. You don't have the access to get to that production, but now you have the ability to get a tight beat. This is something Baby
Mm-hmm.
Keema rap on. This is something Baby Keema make. So now I can sound like Baby Keema if I want to. So
Yeah.
it's the same. Yeah, I think that adds all to it, bro. And I don't see it as a problem because I think the artist that's gonna make it, they usually form their own sound out of it. The good ones, the great ones, because you always start off trying to sound like and mimic the people you look up to, that you like, the music you like, and then you form your own style. That's the problem I feel that's going on. We talked about this with the rage niggas. You know what I'm saying? They trying to create a whole lot of red. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So
They're trying to reheat the nachos.
yeah,
Because they literally just looking up rage type beats.
that's
That's
it.
all they
Playboy
looking
Cardi
up
type
is
beats.
rage type beats.
Mm-hmm. So
Well, specifically a whole lot of red type beats because you know he got that cloud
that's
era
yeah,
of
yeah,
him.
yeah. That is true. But yeah, I I understand what he's saying, but it's like I don't know if social media killed the regional sound because I feel like we still have regional sounds.
That also, I don't know if this is added on to it. I think producers becoming bigger also have done that as well because getting a Lil Uzi Vert sounding type beat, you looking for something that's very adjacent to what Molly Raw would produce.
Yeah,
Something
it
that Pierre Bourne would probably produce.
see
Mike
that still
Will,
goes into type
Metro.
beats because look at Ice
Yeah, that's
Cube
what I'm
what he
saying.
did
Yeah.
when Ice Cube he got with the Bomb Squad, New York based, Public Enemy. He got their group, that they production, and then he started doing it on the West Coast. You know what I'm saying? So
Mm-hmm.
he just added his West Coast flavor to it. I think this always been
Mm-hmm.
going around. I don't think nothing really changed.
Oh yeah, it definitely been going around because we got to think about the mixtape era back then with people
Rapping
who
on it,
couldn't get the actual official, rapping on those
yeah,
beats, but they
jacking
couldn't get the
beats.
official beat. Hey, they'll try and remake the beat. They'll get
Yeah,
someone to remake the beat.
that's true.
So it's like I don't know which era really was more unoriginal, the type beat era or the era where people was going over other people's beats or the remakes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think it's just new. I think it's always been around. I think as I was thinking about it, I'm like, dang, bro, I think this is really regional sounds is not gone. I just think we just building on top of it, to be honest with you. I think it's been doing this.
Mm-hmm.
It's been the same. So I don't know what y'all think. Maybe we off on that.
And
I know
so
I was
maybe
rambling, but say
I
it
think the
again.
thing is, to best describe it, what Metro Boomin did wasn't necessarily a regional sound, but more of a time capsuled regional sound. Because that sound that he was going for on a Futuristic
It
Summer
lasted like three,
was
four
more so
years.
exactly that was more so an era during that time. Like that sound, like you said, it's evolved since then. Trap has evolved since then.
Mm-hmm.
Even though it's sprung off other little babies here and there, there's still a prevalent trap genre and it's still evolving. Metro's one of those people that kind of helped evolve it. Either in a
Mm-hmm.
good way or bad way, we could talk about that. That's debatable. Travis Scott, Future with DS2, things like that. Like, because DS2 is a completely different sounding trap sounding album than TM101 is.
Most definitely. It
It's
just
all an
evolved.
evolution.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, we getting close to the end of the show, B, but I wanted to end it off with a segment. And this was in the news. And I don't know if you've seen what BET
Sadly.
is doing. It's, if for you guys that don't know, BET has suspended indefinitely the Hip Hop Awards and the Soul Train Awards. You
Jesus.
know, what they're saying is, indefinitely it's just at this moment it's shut, but they're still using these IPs. They just have a team working to put these platforms somewhere else. To me, that's saying we don't want these on TV no more. It's costing us too much money. We probably move these to streaming or something or another way. Um, I don't think these in the past these award shows wasn't handled well. The last hip hop award show was just it was nasty. I didn't even watch it, but I remember seeing like Jaquan, what's his name, J1, Jada Kid's son, like rapping in a
Mm.
car. I saw them having a
Oh
hip hop.
yeah, they was having them
Yeah,
freestyles and snipers in the
I
car there.
saw
Yeah.
them having it in a strip club. Fat Joe hosting. It was nasty. It was getting nasty, and I'm like, this shit sucks. And I say it's bad for the culture because with the hip hop awards, BET ain't really been showcasing music anymore. They're, they have their shows. The biggest night they have is the culture's biggest night is the BET Awards. We understand now when that's not going anywhere. But they haven't been pushing music no more. I think that for this award show, if they're gonna bring it out, I don't know exactly what they can do with it, like streaming wise, because like how could you do that? You still gotta get a venue, you still gotta get the people in the seats. You just not having it on national TV. You're streaming it across the World Wide Web. So I feel like that's still gonna be some money. What do you think, B, that BET can do with these award shows? Because Soul Train Awards, which I didn't watch much of growing up, but I know like my grandma and them love watching it. Watch them some R&B, some soul, some people up there and perform blah blah blah. But me and you, we watched the hip hop ciphers, even if it wasn't on the award show that night or on YouTube. The cipher don't even mean nothing no more, B. So what do you
Double
think,
XL
B?
is still keeping that alive.
Sadly, what you think about? I think Red Bull is having a way better platform.
Oh yeah, currently.
Mhm.
But for me, it sounds like BET's trying to get into that Netflix game of like streaming live entertainment to their platform. They got an app, BET Plus, which B, are you a subscriber of? Do you pay for it?
No, I don't. I don't have
I
it.
don't. But that's probably a better way for them to generate money because TV right now is like the radio. Who
Mhm.
listens to it / watches it? Like, yes, our older generation, our family does, but it's like, B, do you have cable?
I have YouTube TV.
No, do you have cable? Like, do you have DirecTV or AT&T?
Oh nah, my cable is YouTube TV.
Like, B, I
Streaming.
don't have cable. I don't know anyone that's like, oh, I'm looking for a cable provider. Which one's the best one to you? I have not heard that in the past few years. B, we have everything on our streaming services. What they're probably going to do, because I thought about it, are they going to stream it? And if so, wouldn't you have a lower budget? You'd have to invite less people because how you going to have an award show and not have people in those seats, right?
You need the seats.
You're going to have to host a whole event. How are you going to promote it? You're going to want to take a whole bunch of pictures so all these Twitter accounts could take the pictures and be like, oh, so-and-so looks stunning at the red carpet event or, the Soul Train Award event. So I'm thinking, because this can't be no Zoom call, obviously. It has to be an award show. But how big of the award show will this be if it's not televised on TV? Because I'm pretty sure you earn more from TV than you probably do from streaming. And let's be real. How many people are going to buy a BET Plus subscription just to watch those award shows? Because that's all you're going to do. You're going to get the free trial. You're going to get in there for that day. And then boom, you dipping. If you wasn't a BET Plus subscriber already, that's not going to make you become one, especially for an annual event. Just 2 of them? Oh yeah, I'm creating 2 different emails, baby. 2 free trials right there.
Facts.
What we doing?
Yeah, I just thought it was bad because it most likely I don't see it being revamped. To be honest with you, I don't know how they're gonna do it. I'm lost. I was trying to think of like what could they do because I thought the streaming, but I'm like, still gonna be money involved in that, and it seemed like they're lacking in the marketing department to me. And this just with the hip hop awards hurt me more because of the cipher and what it meant to on Twitter. I just remember that, and I'm like, yo, this is bad for the culture, bro. Like it's been bad for years. We just ain't been talking about it. And now since it's gone indefinitely, right now is like I don't know. It just made me think about the good music cipher, the shady ciphers, the TDE cipher. Like it's just so many moments. This is bad, B.
I agree because this is the one place where our culture, black culture, hip hop culture, R&B culture, these are the places that they actually got us due diligence because there's so many subgenres, there's so many categories that you could give awards to and highlight certain artists in. Now we just about to be at the Grammys, best R&B artist this year, best R&B album this year, and there's about 5 different albums from 5 different subgenres all grouped against each other, and that's it. That's all they could contend for. Nothing else besides maybe album of the year. We need these award shows like the hip hop award shows, but we also need them to be revamped a little bit so that way it can be more
modern and
inclusive of modern times, of modern subgenres and things like that. So I think it needs to be revamped in terms of like how the categories are, but I wouldn't know when it comes to televising it, broadcasting it, or anything like that though. But in terms of like the categories, yes, it does need a little bit of a revamp. But it's an annual thing. You can't come up with some new categories within a month before you actually start really rolling this thing out. So I don't know, B.
I don't know. I think
this is the one place that we really need it. It does. It really sucks. But it's like people wasn't probably paying attention to this, B. We only go on this for Twitter for one day. What was the last few views for the last few ciphers that we got from the BET ciphers? That's the real thing. Do people care?
Nah, they don't. BG Awards still has a little bit of power, like but the hip hop awards, bro, yeah, it's always been a pre-recorded event as well. It never was really live. I don't believe it ever was live. I think it always been pre-recorded. So I don't know. I just think it's bad. I think it sucks. But I don't know, man. I'm getting a little down, man, thinking about it because it's like I just remember all those moments just being so hyped watching the hip hop awards. I remember bro being just excited as a youth, but now it's gone. Well, I don't know. It ain't gone forever, but I just don't see them bringing it back. I don't just see how they gonna do it.
And I hate to say it like this, B, but with the death of the music video culture in general, I think the cipher is dead as well because B, I can't imagine my brother saying, "Ooh, I can't wait for the so and so cipher." I can't imagine that, B.
This generation ain't like that. It was more. It was more of us that was into the more of the old traditions of hip hop, but I feel like now with these kids, which I talked about at Double XL, is that they don't hold that to a standard because it was lost somewhere. It was lost.
Mm-hmm.
They don't go into hip hop and think hippopotamus, you know what I'm saying?
They
They go
don't.
in there and they just want to be, and what's talking about? Yeah, you know what? You know, that's who they looked up to. They saw the Uzis, the 21 Savages. Like, it's a different era. And I think they just reflecting what they seen. And I can't blame them for it. And I'm not saying what they're doing is horrible for the culture. I just think we just should cater, not even cater. Yeah, I just say we cater certain type of artists to certain things. I think it's just different levels. It's different genres. There's so many subgenres into hip hop that we can't just pigeonhole it to one thing. And we all love different artists and we know they do different things. So like, why we just can't embrace it? Not saying like, oh, it sucks. It can suck. Like, I'm not saying it don't suck. Like, y'all can think the young dudes suck, but I'm just saying,
Pause.
allow them.
Pause on this whole conversation.
I'm just saying, allow them to do their thing. They just do it a different way. That's it. That's all I'm saying. Pause. But nah, that's all I got, man.
Yeah,
You got anything else
same.
to say about it, B?
I'm not gonna lie. I'm surprised BET has lasted this long. BET to me is like the GameStop. It's like GameStop, B. They keep saying that it's dying, but they keep coming back. B, they like roaches at this point. Not saying that they bad or anything like that, but it's like everybody keeps claiming that they dying, but they somehow are still maintaining their living.
They not pushing. You know, they got the Vidcom, CBS, whoever, Paramount, that money, but it's like they're not pushing what pushed them to the cultural relevancy. Well, the culture relevancy no more. They not pushing the music. They don't got the music, B. No more music videos.
Got shows like Rap City.
No Rap City. They ain't catered to the music no more. So in our eyes, it's gone. They push Baby Boy, Tyler Perry movies. That's a Tyler Perry show. That's the Tyler Perry network.
Oh yeah, get your exclusives there. But if he really wants it to make a splash, he'll put it on Netflix or Amazon Prime, maybe.
Because that's what he do with his big movies. He do his movies over there, and he got his shows on BET. Yeah. You got anything else to say about it, B?
Nah, B, that's it. It is bad for the culture, but sadly, I think we're losing a lot of like recipes from back then, B, to now.
Yeah. I don't know, man. It's kind of left it on a down moment. BET was a staple. Well, BET Hip Hop Awards, just the hip hop. This is a hip hop show. We talk about hip hop here. And that being gone, like for the last, I don't know, we moving on, but it's like, it's been a while since it was a memorable cipher. The last one was like another Eminem cipher, right? That's an awfully hot coffee pot. Yeah. That's what, 2016, 2017?
Maybe. I'm not sure.
Because he talked about Trump, right?
Yeah, that was Trump.
So I think that was the last time it was something memorable about the Hip Hop Awards. So
yeah. Besides that,
damn,
ain't nothing been memorable besides when Suki and Sexy Red was acting a fool on that carpet. It was all getting on all fours and all that. And I'm just like, oh,
hold up, that was at the Hip Hop Awards or the BET Awards?
I don't know which one it was. It was at the one that was like horribly organized.
Yeah, probably some of the BET Awards because I don't think the hip hop do they do it. I don't think they do a red carpet like preview. Because remember, it's not live for the Hip Hop Awards.
Mm.
Yeah, so it probably was the BET Awards. But yeah, man, we at the tail end of the show, B.
My final thoughts, my last words. I'm gonna give them right now, B, because this is the closing statement. I always tell someone that they gotta put down the mic, stop rapping. Gunna, take a few years off. In fact, take a few years off until the whole lyrics can't be used in court thing come back. Cause wowzers, the last one, it left a bad taste in my mouth. Pause on that. So don't pick up the mic for the foreseeable future until I feel like you're ready to really actually say something on the mic. B, what's your
Man
last
said,
word?
put down the mic and pick up a gun. Talk that street talks, man.
Yes, that song thought I was playing with him at 21. B, he was playing. B,
No,
talk
thought I
about
was playing.
you thought I was playing. Nah, you are playing.
Thought I was
That's
playing.
what you're doing. You're playing in my face.
That's a crazy song, bro. That song is fire.
Fire. And guess what? Ain't no song on any of his albums after that competing with that one.
That's a hard one to top. Hey, my final thoughts for today's show, man, is like I always say, keep music creative. I hope BET or work out something with the Hip Hop Awards and like revamp it. You know, don't have niggas freestyling in cars no more. that was weird. And I don't know, bro. Like, let's kill this ageism in hip hop. Just let's let people be, because I feel like hip hop has grown so much that we can have the guys over there doing their thing. We can have the guys over there doing their thing, and let everybody shine. Because I feel like at the end of the day, it all helps, for better or for worse. It's all publicity, right? It's all some type of coverage. But yeah, because I feel like the ageism. I think this is gonna be, as hip hop grow, it's gonna get more nasty. And I'm in the point where I'm at the point where I'm getting kind of scared, because I feel like hip hop going down the same path that as rock went. And if people don't understand what I'm saying, it's just a new guard versus the old guard.
I think the problem is that we need to have OGs that understand nuance, know what nuance is, and help keep it alive.
Yeah.
Instead of being the old man on my lawn, they need to be the, hey, young whippersnapper, come over here and let me teach you something. Let me give you some game.
Some of the, but you can also look at the young dudes.
I know
some
young dudes don't want to hear it.
And I like that energy.
Those ones that do.
I can't wait till my son to be like, nigga, I'm not trying to hear you. But we also need,
fact. He's going to be like that, especially you. But we need more of those people that are going to usher in the new guard, basically, is what I'm saying.
Mm-hmm. But I feel like we got those guys. You're going to have the Playboy Cardis showing love to them guys. You're going to have the Kendrick showing love to the other guys. You know what I'm saying? You got Tyler Creator shouting out Lil Reezy. You're going to have the guys that's going to show up for those guys. That's how it is. And I'm like, why we don't see that? It gets to a point where some people can be in your face too much. You just gotta be like, hey man, they doing their thing. But at the end of the day, it's enough mics, it's enough beats out here, enough tight beats for everybody can do their thing. And the whack people just don't make it. And you could be the best whack one in your field, and you make it. You could be an Osama son. You know what I'm saying? You could be a what's the other kid name? A net spin.
Shay?
Nah, you could be a net spin in your field. You just can't come over here where we really rapping at. You do your thing over there. So I'm like, wow, it is what it is. Bro, all lives matter.
All right, man. This has been
All
another
lives matter,
episode.
B.
This has been another episode of Beyond Beats and Culture, man. My name is Chase the Dark Sage, because this man is being nasty.
Hey, I'm just saying, all mics matter. All mics matter, bro. Everybody, man.
My name is Chase the Dark Sage. God dang it, because you're being nasty still.
I'm T.
Peace.
Peace. Hold up, now I go.
Man, shout out to Beyond Beats and Culture.